Hello, YouTube. It's the Retro 5, and we are back. Happy New Year. We said this here a few weeks ago because it's been so long.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
New Year.
We missed
Welcome
a little
back.
bit.
Yeah. I hope everyone is all good. We've got a few people just slowly getting in, so that's great. I'm just going to open my drink first. Let's just come on.
All right, cheers, everyone. Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, happy Wednesday, mate. Happy
I'm on the water.
I'm on the cheap cola.
Yeah, same.
Talk about cheap cola. Did you ever remember Virgin Cola, Scott?
Yes.
It's one that just
I remember
disappeared
that.
completely.
I was
Sorry,
talking about that last night.
What,
was
Do you
Virgin
remember
Cola?
Virgin vodka?
I don't
Yes.
remember that. No.
And now
No,
I used to
but-
drink a lot of that.
The video I was watching did mention it as well. They did mention that. I was watching one of the mega projects at Simon Whistler, one of his other channels, and he was on about brands that have disappeared and stuff. And it was good.
I remember Roller Cola. That was the old
Roller
one.
Cola.
RC, was that RC Cola? Remember RC Cola? It's nice.
Yeah,
that.
same one. Some of
Who
them.
remembers Tab Clear? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Very American thing now, that,
You
innit?
still
Yeah.
get it in America.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever
the
seen
American,
what's it called, the Beast or something like that? Basically, the LA Beast, who drinks loads of out of date stuff, and he chugged a whole bottle of clear cola that was 10 years out of date.
Oh.
It had bits floating in it.
But it is one for you. Who remembers the Hubba Bubba soda?
Yes.
That
No.
stuff was so gassy. Every time you drank one, you had a really bad gut ache afterwards. Oh, so
I
bad.
think that's your body telling you, don't
Yeah.
drink this.
That was.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be the start of your problems, mate. I don't know if you realise that might be the start of them.
Yeah.
Tetley's put here Panda Pop Cola.
Panda Pop, rhubarb and custard.
Yes, I
Panda
was
Pop.
just about to say, when I was in school, we had Panda Pops. We had green cola.
Bubble
Which was
gum
like-
as well, wasn't it?
What the hell was
Green.
green cola, though? What
Yeah.
was
I
that
don't
flavour?
know. I'm scared. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it is.
You never get away with that now because of all the E numbers and the colourings in it. You wouldn't do it now.
Do you know something? Me and you. Well, I'll say me and you main. Well, the boys like them as well, but me and you mainly we like Monster.
Yeah.
Now, there's certain monsters they don't sell in this country because they don't get past our the vitamins.
E numbers and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's ones you can't buy. Because I watch
Yeah.
a channel where he tries all the monster drinks, and he'll get the mango loco, the Day of the Dead blue can mango flavored one, and he from here, and then he gets the one from
Yeah.
America, and it's got a million different extra numbers in the American one because they're all crazy.
Can I just say, I know it's been a while since we've done a Retro 5 stream, but I didn't think we normally started it with talking about fizzy drinks.
Yeah, come on.
To be fair, we have started a couple of times where we're just talking random crap. haven't we?
Yeah,
So
that's-
it's
It
not
is
unusual.
retro. It is retro Cola.
It is, yeah. Yeah,
Right.
it's retro drinks. Yeah.
So I take us away with cauldrons and witchcraft. Go.
Yeah.
Hold on. Sorry, wrong
I haven't
stream.
got them on me right now. They're outside.
Which is the best Viking hat to wear?
Well,
What is-
not with the one with the horns on the inside.
Yeah.
We've got,
While
got a
doing
couple of
battle,
people.
how long should your sword be? Like,
I watched
I'd
the
rather go with an
Mandalorian.
axe, to be honest. If I was choosing any weapon to go into battle, it would have to be like a sledgehammer.
yeah.
See, that's a very Viking thing to say.
Yeah.
That is a big huge
Yes.
sledge.
More bludgeoning than chopping, to be honest. What about you?
It's also a very dwarf thing to say as well. If you're Lord of the
Well,
Rings, fan,
I am sure. I know that.
Gimli.
The Gimli. Right, let's be professional, boys. Please put your ties on. Let's be professional.
We've got
for
our
a second.
shirts on.
Professional. Oh, I'm going now. I ain't
We've got. Oh, Skelly's here. Skelly's over in Cyprus. It's 6 minutes past 9 over there. They're an hour in front. Okay, so tonight we've got questions from the guys, and then we'll have a little bit of chat at the end if we've got time about what we've got coming up and whatnot. So let me just get to the first question now. Should have put these in order really, but okay.
It's going to be a surprise.
It's not that one, the one you're thinking about. So don't worry. Sorry. That's for another stream. That's
Yeah,
for the backdoor streams. Backdoor?
What the hell are you been watching?
Oh, easy, Tiger.
You're getting your streams. Only Wednesday. Right. So Paul,
Yes.
I'll put you on big screen. I'll put you on big screen.
You've done this, isn't it?
I'll put you solo, and then 1 second. Let me get the right one. There we go, mate. You take us away, sir.
So yeah, my question's this: like over my YouTube journey so far, like at first I was, making videos and just like learning how to do it and what have you, and like over time when people do subscribe to your channel, like personally, sometimes I've found myself making videos that I think my subscribers would enjoy watching rather than make them for me. So, and I've tried to get away from that now, and I'm just thinking, like, has this ever happened to anyone else? Like, does anyone else do that? Who makes content? Have you ever, like, did you start off doing it for one reason, then change to another, and then go back, or like, has your reasons for doing YouTube changed over your journey so far?
Okay, cool. Let me just take you out of that. Arcade archive.
Oh, Alex.
Got it right there.
You get it.
You got it right. You did, yeah. You did get it right.
He's been practicing.
I'm sorry. Don't, you're going to start me off. I've got people messaging me. My mum just messaged me saying, we love you to the moon and back. I've done something, or they need something. Something's happened.
Need.
You know what I mean?
You normally a lift somewhere, or
Fucking hell. You make them for your. I listen. I can't read anymore. You make them for your subs because your subs love what you're doing, which is why you live anyway.
I get what he's saying. Yeah, it makes perfect sense what he's saying there, actually, because technically your following's going to like what you're doing anyway. So
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, he's making a lot of sense.
I think the issue though is a lot of people start following trends and stuff, don't they, or fall into the trap of asking their subscribers what they want to see next.
I mean,
which sometimes isn't always what you enjoy.
Alex says that, but at the same time, like I watch a lot of channels where they really don't seem to enjoy what they're talking about or what they have on. Like, yes, some people like just haven't got that like connection with the video that they're doing, sort of thing. I find, or that's how it comes across. So yeah.
I mean, I don't know if normally we go around the room.
Yeah, you
carry on. If you want
to carry on, Lee.
No, what I was going to say is that I think like especially you four. Well, I guess a little bit like I would say you four are more to the terms of you're doing what you like, but it's falling into the retro realm. It's falling into the realm of other people following you because obviously Scott does everything Sega and Spectrum and a bit of everything else as well. Lee does at the beginning when I first watching Lee was about like collectibles all on one channel and Mega Drive, and I remember some of the first videos of Lee were the Streets of Rage clones with the splatter ass and
emulation. You haven't done that for a while, have
a lot
you?
of emulation,
which was awesome. That's how I found your channel.
There are a couple of devices out actually, emulation-wise, that I'm looking at, so I might go back to doing a few soon.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like you, Paul, this way. You, Paul, I found your channel because I was a bit pissed. Again, because you were talking about Commodore 64 and Amiga, and obviously you've gone with that. You've gone with that, and then
bit of PS1 as well. Bit of PS1. I'm trying to get a bit.
Yeah, no. Now you're PS1, but like originally, like you said at the beginning, and I found Sai's channel because I was trying to work out how to start a fire. And no.
I thought it was because it used to scare the bird because I didn't know how to put the volume down on the intro.
No, my best one of size is when he nearly set his laptop on fire. That one was great. I love that one.
Do you know what's happened more
because my laptop's on fire.
It's a great way to end a stream, though, isn't it? It's like
it was, yeah.
That's one for you, Mr. Geezer. There's some new faces. Sorry, so Paul, what was your actual answer? Sorry.
Me? What to my question?
Yeah. What do you? Because that was your question. But what do you think? And then we go to Sai. We go that way.
Well, yeah, as I was saying before, like some channels I watch, it doesn't seem like they've got like any sort of connection with what they're sometimes talking about on the channel, and it's just like to me it comes across, and I just wonder like why do that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and like like for me, like I've seen both sides of the coin. Like I've made videos because I think oh yeah, my subs like it. But as Alex says, at the end of the day, obviously I like making the videos anyway. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But when I see like other people like from all over the world and not just in art circles like with retro gaming, but you see them making videos and they just don't like kind of look like they're enjoying
No passion. No passion. Yeah.
So I just wondered if anyone else has like done that and just like what their journey was.
What about you? Thank you, Paul. What about you, Si? What do you reckon, mate?
Well, for me, I've always tried to do stuff that's interested me, but the problem is so many things interest me, it changes all the time. So I think one thing that really worked for me is when I started just focusing on sort of like retro game play, if you know what I mean, with the Spectrum and everything else. I did a few times try like Commodore 64 and Amstrad stuff as well, but I think it's because the subscriber base is built up mostly of Spectrum people watching that they just didn't get as much interaction, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I have definitely, I think all of us at one point, we fell into the trap of trying to make videos because we're told this works and that works and everything else. And I think we all tried that for a little bit and then realized that it's just not for us. You know what I mean? So I'm really enjoying what I do now. I will put things. One thing I will say is when people go, "Oh, you're a gaming channel. Why are you doing other things?" I said, "Look at the actual screen underneath the Ginger Hippie game, and it says retro games, toys, or whatever's on my mind. If you know what I mean, something like that." So I never planned it just to be a retro gaming channel, but it's sort of like just gone in that direction because that's more of the passion that I've got, if you know what I mean, and hopefully, when I am doing videos about gameplay and stuff like that, the passion comes across on camera. I think that's the main thing. So if there's no passion, I think videos just fall a bit flat. I really do. I think that you can tell that the person's not enjoying it. So is the audience going to enjoy watching it if you're not enjoying doing it?
That's a valid point. Everything you said there's quite true. You got to be shown. You got to be showing interest. You're not just.
Don't get me started on pickup videos. Pickup videos work, right? For an example, right, and he's in the chat now. ZX Techley does some great pickups videos because every single thing he picks up is because he's got a story behind it or a reason why he's picked it up or, you know what I mean, something. But when you see people go, I've got a Wii game, I've got an Xbox 360 game, it's got a manual, see you next week.
When you watch Techley, you
got to do it. You got to do it on the stream.
I will. Is it because he's coming across very fucking posh? What? You just expect to hear that 1 second? What? Bless him. He's hilarious, man. Hello. What?
Hello.
It's like that. He's very posh.
I say, young caster.
Don't you think it's just that you're a bit roughly?
Yeah. Is everyone posh to you?
Yeah. Very attractive as well, just to let you know.
I say, old bean, would you like to play some croquet?
You know what it was?
Very drunk.
The best thing he said, like I can't do his voice probably. When he lives near that place where they made Spectrum games or something. What was it? What was it he lived near? He was saying he's now a dentist near where he lived. Do you remember what was it?
Wasn't it a software development company?
Yes, it was. I can't think what it was.
No, I can't think now either. But yeah, he visited it. Like you say, it's a dentist now. Oh,
and he was like, "Yeah, I went past the shop and then buggers changed it to a dentist." That's why I kept That's why I kept thinking when he was saying it.
He's in the chat. He'll probably tell us in a minute.
Sorry. So
Durell Software, it says.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'm posh. Oh, just very, very drunk.
Has anyone got the ability to put his channel link in the actual description? Or
I will do. I will.
It's all right.
I'll do it.
Good laugh.
You got it. All right. I'll say. Okay, lovely. Scott, what? Let me just jump the question just again. Just to refresh your memory, dear chap.
Well, I make videos for myself, really. I've always said that my videos are like a visual diary. And this is why there's not a lot of structure to my content, is that I jump from thing to thing. So
yeah, I know
I'll do weeks of doing Sinclair, then I'll be back onto Sega. the only time I was focused really was when I was chasing the Mega Drive set. That kept me focused to finish that set. But once that was done with, I'm just jumping here, there, and everywhere. I think the only time I really felt burnt out and felt like I was not doing YouTube for me was when I was hosting YouTuber of the Month.
Yeah, that took a lot out of you, didn't it?
That
really
noticed
a lot out of me. And not only did it affect that, it also affected what I wanted to put out as content. I kind of felt a bit burnt out. I felt like I kind of fallen out of love a bit with YouTube. But that's my journey anyway. But I think it's important for you to, if you want to share your passion of a hobby, then you've got to discuss and talk about the stuff that you're currently playing at the time or collecting. Si's interest in pickups videos because we all know Si loves a good pickups video.
A pickups video over half an hour. That's it. I'm done. I'm not watching that.
But when that person's got passion and they're sharing a story or they're telling you a memory of that game, that's pure gold. That's YouTube gold for me. I don't think that can be topped. And I just think that you've got to stay true to yourself. I think personally.
I mean, look at a comment there from Hobby Lodge. I think that's what I love your. I'm loving your, and I said it on the comment. I said I'm loving these behind the scenes kind of vids because I think it makes it more personal.
Well, a good example with them videos is like you're technically advertising as well what you've got in, because when I watched Scott's video the other day, I actually said to him, "Oh, you've got Super R-Type. Can you put that aside for us?" I actually put that in the comments under the video. So
Martin's put the no backdoor, as Retro Chef would love to say. Well, look. Look at the hips going there. I've got some moves, bro. I don't fucking matter. You what? Listen, when I fuck off, all right?
I love how I zoomed in on your face just for that end bit as well. That was just pure look.
It's good you couldn't see Martin's face.
I was really self-conscious about putting the retro realm into my content because I didn't want it to come across as that I was just self-promoting the shop as such. But like I said, my channel is about is a visual diary. It's my journey, and the shop is a massive part of my life now.
Course,
it takes up way too much, really. And
not only that, how many YouTube channels do you see where you see the backs, like behind the scenes in a shop? There aren't many, so it makes you unique as well. Like,
unless it's on Crime Watch, no, you don't.
It's true though, isn't it? Like, you go into retro gaming shops, but none of them have got YouTube channels. Like, so no one really knows how it works behind the scenes. Whereas in your case, we're seeing that. We're seeing you getting stuff coming in, stuff that's going out, etc., etc. So
I would love to ultimately have it like a fly on the wall documentary. I wish I could get away with it, but just like, film the customers coming out. Some of the characters that come into my shop, right, would be pure entertainment. I'll tell you that now. That would be brilliant.
Yeah.
So filming the toy shop that I'm working at the moment, if we put that up, you'd have half the people from Crime Watch on there. Some dodgy people come into that place, I tell you.
Now, when you say toys, what kind of toys?
A lot of toys. Do you know what?
Just lots of dodgy people. I'm just
no, not those kind of toys. No more backdooring.
Look at this, Tetley. We need a Retro Realm live webcam.
Now,
that's a pretty good idea, though. You've got to admit.
All seriousness, like that's in Spain, they used to do this back in the early mid-2000s. You could go online to their webcam and you could watch it live because husbands were getting
waiting for you to scratch
foreign countries and stuff, like when they were on their stag do's and stuff. So I'd love to have a webcam in the realm. I could go, Scott. I just shout out on the mic like Scott. Wind them up in it like 24/7. That would be cool though. That don't matter, Scott. You do what you want. You would have to be a fool not to include your own shop in the business, your channel. True. The platform you built from the ground up is a journey.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
No, totally.
Another really nice little channel, local to me, Essex boy, but a good Essex boy, not like some other people. Anyway, this gentleman is a great guy. I'm being truthful, sorry. This guy's got some nice content.
Well, Lee, get his channel up on the thing.
Yeah,
I think we should do that as we go. Anyone you think should be put up into the link, put them in, and hopefully they'll get some people
that's
watching.
Right. What I'll do is when Lee's, let me just get through this. When Lee's talking, I'll get his channel up. But really nice guy. I really love the shop behind the scenes stuff, Scott. Scott, mate, I'm all about the road and the story, buddy. Great watch. Yeah, see, and that's Stuart.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Sorry, Martin's just put a comment down there. Christ, Essex is full of tubers. Has anyone actually got a real job?
I'm being funny, yeah. Let me just tell you something, yeah. Martin's getting fucking fruity recently. Right, I will drive down his ass.
You humped his shoulder last time you saw him. I'm not surprised.
No, I left something on his shoulder. I left something on his shoulder, son.
Yeah,
that's fine. Right, Lee, let me put you carry on, and I'm going to find Rolling Valley's channel, mate. So do you want me to put the question up again for you?
No, I'm not that old, mate. I can remember it.
I mean, with that beard, you look like Kratos. So he's easily 1,000 years old.
I'll take that.
Go on, mate. You crack on. I'm going to find this channel quickly and put it up.
Well, I don't think my answer is really any different to anybody else's. You know, I do what I want to do, and I've even said it on these very streams when I've said, if you don't like what I'm doing, fuck off. I've said it.
I might need to find that in a second.
So at the end of the day, that is my opinion. You know, I've always done what I want to do, and that's why you don't just see gaming; you see other stuff too. For a while, the movie side of things, I used to cover all like films and stuff like that. That went away for a bit because we was in lockdown, and obviously there wasn't any new stuff really coming out. If there was, there wasn't much of it. And then you had all this,
and it was shit.
Well, yeah, I'm just getting to that. Then you had all the woke crap, didn't you, and the social justice warrior bollocks, and so I fell out of love with it a bit. And you know, now I'd like to say, like now, there seems to be a bit of a movement happening. You know, people in Hollywood are like, no, we're not all about that. We're going to do what we want. Good example, Top Gun Maverick last year, great film. So
awesome film.
Yeah,
I'm pleasantly surprised. I went in there with no expectations, and it actually blew me away.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
Just a solid, good action film, which is what we want. We don't want all this politics shit. So, and this is it. So going back to what I was saying is, you know, I've always done on the channel what I've enjoyed. At the moment, people have probably noticed I'm putting a lot of Deep Space Nine shorts up, but that's because I'm a big Deep Space Nine fan. So I've always enjoyed it. Well, we're working on mine. So,
Lee, I've just had, sorry to stop you there, mate. I've just had a message come in, and 1 second.
If you don't like what I'm doing, then fuck off. Yeah, see, look, you should listen to that guy. See, he knows what he's talking about.
Very attractive, this guy. Don't know who this one is on the screen now. This one, filth.
Lee, when you do shave that beard off, can you make sure that you do just a massive handlebar mustache at least for a day? Awesome, because it would be absolutely superb.
No, this ain't coming off. This is staying.
Whatever.
I'm keeping this. I like it.
Wow.
Yeah. This is basically, I left it like this the whole time I was in hospital. I didn't trim it.
It would drive me insane.
Yeah, but it doesn't now. That's the thing. It doesn't now. Like, but you do need to like. There's a lot of work goes into beards, isn't there, Si? It's a lot of work. Like
I'm just lazy.
I beard oil and combing it and all that sort of stuff. Like otherwise, it just goes bang everywhere. Like you know,
Si's beard is older than all of us combined.
Mystical powers.
Yeah,
I'll make this pencil disappear.
Yeah.
Right. Let me just drop in this Chris's channel. His name's Chris. He's on 91 subscribers.
Get him over the 100 on the stream.
Yeah, let's go over 100. That'd be great. Really nice guy. Like I said, fellow Essexan person.
Just subbed.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Now we were talking about just very briefly. Alex was talking about cakes and stuff. Now I've been sending this video from one of the listeners, one of the fans. Let's have a look at this video just quickly.
Welcome back, guys, for the naughty but nice section. And this week we're going to make our own cakes. I've got some lovely pancakes here, fresh from the bakery. And we're going to stick some fresh cream on there like that. Loads of creams is how you make them. And loads of chocolate maple sauce. Look at this, chocolate maple sauce all over there. We love all that, don't we? I'm just about to bite into this now. It's gorgeous. Who's that knocking on the door?
I've got some ice buns for sale.
Ice buns?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Want one?
Can I have both?
No, don't be so cheeky.
Oh, I want one for Ron.
This one.
Later on.
Oh, you cheeky girl. You can't do that.
Why not? Why can't I do it?
Because I said so.
Oh, Lord.
Do you want a flake in that?
Oh, matron. Ding dong.
I love that video.
So that's Alex. Hopefully he's still in. I know. Listen, Alex is a busy. Oh, fucking hell. Alex is a busy guy. We all know he's a busy guy. So it's when you know, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him in person. I spoke to him many times. I know Scott's met him face to face, and well, I'm looking forward to finally meeting him one day soon and having a good laugh. But yeah, he's a good guy.
Just stopping you. Geraldino just says he was the 100th sub. He's now over the 100.
Oh yes, there we go.
Fantastic. Let me just refresh the page.
Yeah, I've just stopped.
He's now at exactly 100. Yeah, he's listen, nice channel. If you watch it, he's actually putting some effort into it. If you know what I mean, he's got like,
not like us.
No, not like me. Sorry, that's what you mean. Not like me. He's still here. Good, that's fine. That's great. Let me just quickly go over these quickly. The beard game is fire. Yeah, Chris has got a decent beard as well. Zus Retro, thanks for the link. I just subscribed. Raish as well. Hello, Raish. Billy's, how we doing, Billy? Scott liked that one. Nice buns. Before there was fake taxi. Yeah, well, yeah, with cakes. The 100th. Yeah. Still here. Guys, you two are legends. Serious. Listen, mate, not a problem. You take it easy. Thank you, Chris. I'll just give you my 10 pence and then we'll go on to the next question. So I only started making videos
last week.
Yeah, pretty much. I tried to put a video up. I made a video night before last, and I tried to put it up for tonight. And I was like, "We're streaming tonight. What?
You must have one hell of a hard drive. All these videos you've got ready to upload."
Hey, mate, that's what happens in Essex.
Yeah, but some of the videos he has on there for like 6 months, like the Play It Forward box, isn't it?
Whatever happened to that?
Martin's got it.
God, I forgot all about that. I forgot.
Yeah, come on, Martin, what are you doing with a Play It Forward box?
I think he's trying to beat Chef's record.
He is.
Yes.
Is that possible? No, so yeah, literally because there was no one else, none of my pals were into this stuff, and I found a few channels. There was one called Retro Game Tech. I believe his name was Andrew or Alex, Scottish lad, used to fix up systems. Few tubers sent systems to him, and he fixed it. And then I found what's this? Oh fuck, never mind. Then I found other channels and that, and now the only thing I kind of do for the subscribers, I guess, but that's for everyone. Is Swap Shop. I do that for everyone, I guess. So that's like, I'm assuming. And then obviously
you got a lot of good new faces on that. A lot of people, Swap Shop is their first ever live stream they ever do, and also speaking to new tubers they wouldn't have seen before. So,
well, I just think that it's when we had Scott doing YouTube of the month, and when Pete did it and other tubers did it, it was a way of seeing new channels, and I feel like we've kind of lost that now. If that makes sense, we've kind of lost that new channel. That channel where we find new channels at. So I'll try and reach out to people, ones that I watch or ones that I stumble across. I watch their content and I'll say to them, look, this is a nice way to get your face out there, meet some tubers, do some deals, So that's for me. That's how and like now I'll do this with you because I love you guys. And I'll just do videos when I can, Let's quickly see. Oh, OG Duffy. How we doing, sir? You good? Great channel, another really good channel as well.
He's Essex as well, and is he Essex?
No, he's Kent. He lives in
Kent. You can't call him that live. That's a bit harsh.
Wow, you just call him a cunt live.
Wow, mate, come on.
Oh god, it's jumping around. How much playtime with the retro? Oh yeah, right. Okay, yeah, because OG's got an interesting.
Well,
view
apparently
on it.
Martin's got a plan for the Play It Forward box. He's saying
There is a plan. Yeah. Well, he said. Well, he's told me.
to have the record for who's kept it the longest. I reckon.
I could put it on a fire. That'd be a good video.
No. We'll just have to wait. I'm looking forward to it. What he told me was a good idea. Whether he's still doing that, obviously now that for Martin as well, he's got more tuber connections. If you follow me, because now there's a bigger group of us all chatting. How we doing, fellas? All good. I hope arcade going well, Alex. Yeah, lovely, jubbly. Subbed right away. Seems a class guy. Yeah, Chris is a good guy. Evening, lads. Hello, Gibbs. Yes,
Gordon, wasn't it? Yeah, Gordon.
Yeah, Gibbo. I got to
Yeah,
speak
see you, Gordon.
Yeah, Swap Shop's great for discovering more content creators. Definitely, Duffy, Gordon. Hats off to Swap Shop's a great watch and think Chef is amazing host. Listen, mate, I do it for the love. Don't start me off, boys. Good, mate. Yeah, sorry, just makes sense. Anyone there? I remember him. Lee was always behind the camera. I think. Or what? Well, Chris. If you're talking about Chris, then yes. Right. Okay. Cool. Let's get on to. So let me put you in big screen, my good friend.
Okay, now that'll scare everyone.
And
the camera on this monitor is terrible, isn't it?
There you go. There's your question.
Just now I ain't got any proper lighting. But anyway, my question is: do you think YouTube has changed since you started? Well, let me rephrase that. How has YouTube changed since you started? And do you think it's for the better or worse? Because put us back on the smaller screen because it's easier to.
No worries, mate. Oh shit! I pressed the wrong button. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. The reason why I'm saying that is because on this group we got here, me and Paul and Lee all started during lockdown. There was a lot of people that did YouTube videos back then, which is 3 years. Scott, you said you'd be doing about 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, I think.
And Lee, you're 10 years, aren't you, on YouTube? We're just over that now.
11 years this November. But yeah.
So 10. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that they missed the good old days and the glory days, and you know what I mean, when YouTube was all different. But for us guys, we only know it sort of one way. So I want to know is for people who've been on YouTube like for 5+ years, how do you guys think it's changed, and do you think it's changed for the better or worse? And I'll obviously answer at the end. So I'm passing that one over to Scott.
Yeah, lovely. Go on, Scott. That's the way, mate.
Yeah, YouTube has changed. Everything changes, doesn't it? I can remember. See, I've been doing videos for nearly 7 years, but I've been watching YouTube for a very long time, and I do believe the UK YouTuber scene has changed an awful lot. Do I think it's for the worse? No, not really. I just think it's changed the retro.
There is no retro problem. It's just manufactured bullshit for views.
Well, no, there is a retro problem, but it's
yeah. It's one
Yeah.
problem, not a big problem.
There is a retro problem. I think you guys all know who that is.
People have managed to highlight themselves as the retro problem.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably where it's changed. You know, YouTube in the early years was all about sort of vlogs and people's journeys and the collecting and more about the hobby. Now YouTube, a lot of the content is shifted. I wouldn't say it's for the worse because you can still find relevant channels to you out there. There's a bigger choice, definitely. There's an awful lot more people since lockdown. There's way more YouTubers out there. You know, some have come and gone, but there's still a lot of content creators out there. But I don't think it's changed for the worse. I just think a lot of people maybe have upped their game, and you're seeing a lot better quality videos. You know, people are using microphones, they're lighting better, their technology's moved on. I can remember watching really early YouTube videos, and people were using camcorders and all these setups, and they were so grainy. And now, you know, you've got it all on your phone, so it's more accessible to anyone. And I think that's a good thing. The more people creating content, the better.
What do you think of the way YouTube has changed? Do you think it changes the way it pushes videos and people feel like they have to
100%.
do certain videos?
I noticed the change as soon as Google took over YouTube. You know, it's all about pushing money. And that was the fear that a lot of YouTubers had back then. And unfortunately, a lot of that has come to the surface. You know, the bigger your channel, the more your videos are going to be pushed and the more they're going to be watched, because the algorithms are set to make money. At the end of the day, it's not so much to make the content creator rich, even though some of them do, not really so much in the retro scene. But if you look at the bigger, wider YouTube content out there, you know, the retro scene's just a drop in the ocean, really. But the people that make massive money on YouTube, you know, you've got people that appeal to young kids, basically. They're making the money, but YouTube and Google are making even more money out of those people. So that's why they're going to push them. It's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
No, I've definitely seen that change massively.
Okay. I'm just getting through some of these comments. Defo, a lot of people. What's nice?
Some good comments, actually.
Yeah, it's a good mix.
Yeah,
So
I think that's why I thought of the question, to be honest, because we've all started this journey at different points and in different ways of doing it. Like, us three don't know any difference, if you know what I mean. This is how YouTube's been.
Yeah.
So,
I'll give you an example. If you go back on some of my early videos, we used to do trade videos. Like before Swap Shop, there was trade videos. So you do a video of all your trades. You'd show them, and then people would comment.
Yeah.
And you go through it. I remember doing trade videos and like trading with everyone like that way. There was no Swap Shop. I don't think there was YouTube Live then when I first started. I could be wrong. I don't remember there being a live button. Like, I mean, I know now you have to have over an X amount of subs, but I don't remember there being one.
Didn't you have like a messaging part as well? You did, didn't you? You could message
That's
people.
one thing I think they really messed up on, because I used to someone would be able to message me directly, via YouTube inbox, and I could talk to them, so I wouldn't have to give out my number, or wouldn't have to, Instagram them. It'd be all on one app, if you will, on my phone, and it was a lot more easier to get in touch with people. And obviously, when I started, no one had intros. Like literally, you only had an intro if you was like a professional channel. Like if you was, really pushing yourself out there. I first used my laptop camera, not this one, but another one, and then I bought this kind of camcorder that was compatible with YouTube, because some devices wasn't MP3 or MP4, whatever it was back then, wasn't compatible. You had to put it onto your laptop or computer, then put it into a system that would transfer it into something that YouTube would read and whatever. But this camcorder, you should do it all from the camcorder. Once I plugged it into the laptop, it kind of just connected to YouTube. You put your channel and off you went. And obviously, like Scott, I've been doing it a bit longer than Scott, but like my channel's always been, I've just done it when I want to do it. I've never, lockdown, I put more into it. I think everyone did, because we had nothing to do. I mean, I was working, but I still had time to do Swap Shop. Hence why I've moved, my subs went up, because I was stuck at 400 odd, so I don't think it's any better. I don't think it's any worse. I think there's minuses and pluses, whatever you want to say, negatives and positives. It's not really an equal level. I think there's goods and bads.
Let's say now, what do you guys think of the introduction of YouTube Shorts? Because some people are so against that and other people aren't. Like, there's some people who will say that what is the point? But
I'm not against them.
I think the way some audiences consume content now is very different, where there's going to be people who won't sit down and watch an hour-long video. You know what I mean? They'd rather scroll through. So with me, the way I see shorts on the channel is sort of like a second channel on your channel, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I would say that like all of us, even you included, Si, and like you're the best at shorts, yeah. But in my little head, but you've done so well with it, whether it's luck or whatever, you've done really well. But to me, in my head, a short to me is like a trailer. That's how I think. So I'm thinking, I need to do a little trailer. So I'll be like, right, this week's video is about this game, and that's my little brain. I know it's not that, but that's what I think a short is. But then I watch Scott's shorts and Paul's shorts and Lee's shorts and then Si's shorts, and they're all different. So there's no right or wrong, So
what I like about shorts is that there might be something that you could do a short on, but it's not enough to do a massive video. You know, like that's when it's good. You know, like one of the shorts I did recently was talking about. One of the shorts I did recently was talking about.
That's way too bright. Sorry, carry on.
Sorry, Lee.
Right. So what I was saying was one of the shorts I did recently was where I was talking about one of the cock-ups they made in the original Predator film when it was on VHS. Didn't require a full video, so it was perfect for a short, you know?
Yeah, but see, I don't hate shorts, but what I don't like is YouTube trying to change its format to compensate the success of other social media platforms.
Yeah. See that.
And that's what I don't appreciate. People are saying that in the look at Instagram. Instagram was about putting pictures up. Now it's just
I don't use it anymore.
Reels, as they call it.
I'm not on Instagram, so I don't know what that like. So
I absolutely detest TikTok. My daughter crazes me daily that she wants TikTok on her phone. I absolutely forbid her to have it. She will never have TikTok on her phone.
Is people can artificially inflate their videos and their audience on TikTok by paying for it, and they actively promote people to do this. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but that's what I worry about, Si, is that the shorts, they're good. If they're doing good for your channel, all that. I've done shorts. We've all tried them, haven't we? But what I'm saying is I would hate YouTube become another TikTok.
Yeah. Get you.
You know, that's really important that YouTube stays unique and it allows content creators to put whatever they want out there. You know, if YouTube became a place of just 10-second videos, it would just be heartbreaking, I think, personally.
Look at this comment quickly. Sorry, and we'll come back. From Chris. I think shorts are bad for your brain, in my opinion. I watch shorts on Facebook, and you can easily spend 2 hours without noticing and even know what you watched.
Yeah,
it's an addiction. It's an addiction, yeah. And the weird thing is,
society with zombies.
Yeah, as one finishes, they just shove another one in your face, and that's it. So
this is how old I am with YouTube. I remember, probably Scott might do, Retro Running live on Friday, Jurassic Junkie Friday night rant, which was hilarious. There was one of Jurassic Junkie. I don't know if you remember, Scott. He was playing a horror game on his headset, and his kid come in and grabbed his leg, and he went viral. He scared the shit out of him. Steve Benway, Friday Talkie, 16-bit. See, these guys have all gone. I mean, Retro Running Live, Steve's still around, but a lot of them guys have all, done one. When it
evolves, there's people out there on YouTube saying that YouTube's dead, but it's not. Just because certain tubers have come and gone, there is still plenty of. Every week there's a new YouTuber, isn't there? There's someone else putting new content out.
Yeah, someone's just put a comment there.
Go on.
Do you not think that Google is heavily involved in the US trying to ban TikTok? I absolutely think that. It's because TikTok, old style gaming. If you go 4 up from the bottom, he's put, do you not think that Google is heavily involved in the US trying to ban TikTok so they can have that market? I absolutely think. That's exactly what's going on there. Because that's their competition. If you get involved with that, and we know that Google are well in with the governments, they are, it's a fact. Absolutely, that's what's going on there. That's their biggest competitor. I
just read that. Sorry, I read that. I thought he's never done a shit. I quickly read it. I just quickly glanced, but it's I'll tell you another thing as well, Lee. Talking a little bit what Si said is like with the older tubers is I think a lot of them can't update. Like your phone updates, they can't update to this new way.
For me, with that, there's nothing wrong with wanting to do it the way you do it. Just don't hate on people that want to.
Exactly. Let people do what they want. Yeah,
exactly. That's it. There's nothing wrong with wanting to go, I like it the way it was 10 years ago. That's fine. Just don't shit on everybody else.
Scott, Sega Saturn, he's never watched fucking Star Trek. I've nerdy. I quite like DS9. Short run of episodes on up into. He don't even know what he thinks DS9's a fucking Citroen. Anyway, he knows what it is.
Okay, here's a question there though. With all the chatting, can Lee remember where we were up to and who was saying what? Let's test the brain. Who was next?
After you is Scott. But
no, he's done.
I'm done. I've done it.
No, I mean, well, hang on, hold your horses,
I
girls.
meant on this question.
Oh, we're up to Lee now.
Oh, I'll try and remember what the bloody question was now. What was it?
You're not that old, are you?
It's been that long.
No, this one. Sorry, because Lee, can I just apologise because Si ain't stopped fucking talking, and it's doing. Go on, mate. Go on, Lee. Go on, mate. Go on, bruv. That's the
Be
question.
careful, he'll put a curse on you.
Yeah, he fucking already has. He already has.
So obviously in the time that I've been on here, which isn't long, I mean it's not even 3 years. It's coming up 3 years for me. Obviously, like you're all saying, TikTok thing coming along, and then the shorts on YouTube. You know that's changed, but you know, like Si says, it's another tool to help. You know, and I quite enjoy doing some shorts because, like I say, there are times when I've got something I want to do and it doesn't require a full video. You know, why keep repeating the same thing to make a 2-minute video if you could just do a 30-second short on it? You know, so yeah, it certainly has changed, and the algorithm's definitely changed as well. At the moment, for me, it's kind of changed for the better, because when I used to do a mixture of gaming, movies, collectibles, comics, everything, my channel struggled. Like it seemed that YouTube didn't quite know where to put me.
Yeah.
So I'd gain people, lose people, gain people. It was a nightmare. Whereas I've now started bringing all that back in, because that doesn't seem to be an issue now. I've kept the collectibles separate because I think that works better on its own. And again, going to shorts, see, collectibles, right? Sometimes when you've got a collectible and it's a vintage figure, say, or whatever that everybody's seen before, doesn't require a 5-minute video. You just do a short. Oh, just pick this up, you know.
Yeah, no.
So, you know, so yeah, you know, even in the short time I've been on here, it's changed a lot. What hasn't changed is how many arseholes are on here.
Hey,
so,
there's a few in the comments. There's a few in the
It's not the
comments.
four of us, isn't there? Hope you include us four.
I'll be very brief with. Let me just get the question up. All right, let's get the question up. I remember sitting on a stream, and me and Scott had never done a live stream before. It's the first time I've done a live stream with Scott. It was on Pete on the Retro Tips stream.
Sega seconds, wasn't it?
Yep. And I said, our YouTube's changed. I don't know, after people now, blah, blah, blah. And Scott said, with his Ipswich Town t-shirt on, giving it massive, you're wrong, mate. There's loads of new people. That's not your voice, by the way. No, there's loads of people. And I was like, oh, fair enough. And then, like, because obviously I respect Scott. And I was like, oh, fair enough. And that's how I found, you know, dare I say, Big Game Al, dare I say, you lot, you know, Eddie Rollercore. Like, I went out and I branched out and I just started watching everything and everyone until I found the people who I enjoyed watching. You know, at the time, like I said, at the time, Ink Northerner, you guys, you know, there was many other channels I was watching at that time. When I thought YouTube was a bit naff, because the people I was watching, like, you know, Daz Cajonas Deloro went off the boil. I know he's come back a little bit now, but, you know, he went off. There's so many channels like who went off and then kind of come back for a little bit.
Great YouTubers. I can remember Gross Newton. Remember him?
Gross Newton. I used to love Gross because he used to get drunk.
Awesome. All about Sega, all about Sonic. I loved it. You know, things move on. People change. People move on. It all evolves, doesn't it? At the end,
it has to. It has to, doesn't it? Otherwise,
you know, if it didn't evolve, we wouldn't have all become the five. We wouldn't have like Ali as a good friend, Hobby Lodge as a brother, you know, Scott Marathon Gamer, Tetley as brother, U-Star Gamer, Arcade Archive, all of the guys who we all mix, all the guys that we mix with, we wouldn't have them as close friends now. So I think I was very silly to say that before, and I regret saying that. And I'm glad Sega Zombie called me very hurtful words live on Sega Session. No, but it's true though. That's, you know, that's what I think. And
what do you think, Paul? Have you been sitting there very quiet?
Well, I was going to say Lee said he wasn't going to be very long, and that was like. No, there's one thing that you've all forgot about, and it's one thing that's definitely changed since I started doing YouTube in lockdown.
Oh yes, No,
Oh, right, yeah.
so yeah, you still got
Now
a
you
while to
don't
beat
get to
my
see
record of that one, but
how
yeah,
many
Yeah.
thumbs down there are on any videos.
Mm,
Yeah.
depends how
So,
many-
because you've all forgot that, I would like to know what your thought is on whether that's been a good move or a bad move. Personally,
well, for me, good
it's
move.
probably good, I would imagine.
I
People
People
don't
were
see-
using it as a weapon. That's the thing. People were using that as a way
Yeah.
of trolling. My
Yeah.
record was still like 57 or 58 thumbs down on a video. I
I,
wouldn't
I
mind,
never
but
paid
probably-
attention to it anyway, so it didn't really
So-
matter to me.
I remember getting my first one, and I was like,
Yeah, that was me. Didn't you have somebody recently block you because they didn't like your video recently?
I'd rather not even talk about it. It's just, it's ridiculous, honestly.
Old Skull Gaming's comment, Lee. Put that. That's a good one.
this one,
What he thinks about about the bigger tubers?
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but he's not wrong.
I think
Yeah.
once you go past a certain point, people are making videos because they feel like they have to, not because they want to.
Yeah, they're
Well, they have
phoning
to
it
do to
in.
the algorithms. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, I think people. Let's not include people that are making a living out of this, but you can get set in a trap where you're chasing numbers rather than
Yeah.
worrying about your content and your hobby. At the end of the day, YouTube for me is just an extension of my hobby. But I think at some point, most people will fall into the trap, me included. When I was chasing to try and get to 1,000 subs, you kind of then get obsessed with the numbers.
You
and it
do.
becomes a
Do you know
number
what?
game.
It becomes an addiction. And
Yeah,
the
it
people
does.
who say that
Yeah.
it doesn't and numbers don't matter are lying to themselves.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
really?
I think some people won't be like that. You can't say everyone just
Not
blanket
everyone, no, but a lot of people do will
The
experience.
majority, I would say.
Yeah.
I missed this tuber, Scott. I mean, Adam's got it completely wrong. He must be pissed. He means Soul Funk Retro, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, Soul Funk Retro. He was a great.
I
channel,
got
yeah.
his. I'm friends with him. I can't remember his
Nah.
bloody name.
Yeah.
But
Nah.
for the
Nah.
for the second part of the question, has it got better or worse? Well, for me personally, it's got better because YouTube used to be just something that I used to just watch when I was bored, whereas now, like, I get to talk to my mates, I get to watch my friends' videos, I get to follow people's journeys.
It's a
I've
social
made
thing, isn't it?
friends. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's completely interactive. I love doing polls and like listening to what people's thoughts are.
You're the king of polls, though, aren't you?
So for me, like,
Yeah, but
it's
they're
now
good.
like an interactive hobby. Do you know what I mean? So for
Yeah.
me personally, YouTube has 100% got better.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good move with a thumbs down. That's my answer for what's changed. But I think now that YouTube's like more than a hobby, it is, and it's like an extension of the hobby with friends. And do you know what I mean? That for me, that's a million times better than when I just was sat at home watching it on my phone.
And, you hit a valid point there about sort of like to some people, like not to everyone, but to some of us, the sort of hobbyists, the people that are more community driven, whatever you want to call it, right? We're doing it as an extension of our hobby and to share our journey. But there is people out there, a lot of people that do YouTube, their hobby is not so much the retro gaming and the collecting. It's more about YouTube.
Yeah.
It's editing the videos, hitting the algorithms, getting the data. You know, OSG's just put up there that he absolutely loves. You know, he's a data junkie. He loves chasing.
Some
the
people
figures,
do.
numbers.
Some
And if that's what your drive is, then good on you. You know, at the end of the day, everyone's.
I think it's the whole thing of, and we said before, as I said, he's just don't hate on other people for doing it their way because everyone does
Exactly.
stuff differently.
Yeah.
So
I've
there's
just
no
posted-
right or wrong way, is there really?
I've just put, no, you're right. I've just posted. You're right and wrong. You've just posted. I've just posted this channel. Value My Gaming. Really nice channel. Different. Definitely worth watching, guys. It's got over 600 subscribers.
I
No
bet
harm in getting a couple more. He's good, Scott. I watched his one recently. He's made a super. I keep saying Super Famicom. I'm obsessed with Famicom. Super Nintendo stand from cardboard.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
really nice channel. So get over to him. You know,
I'll check him out. Was it Value My Gaming? I'll check you out,
Yeah.
mate.
cool. Gashead Steve, I love Gashead, but I missed the graveyard shift with Gashead. But I think Gashead is he's someone who's come and gone, and I really enjoyed his content because he's an honest guy.
He
I think
puts
there's
out great content, Gasser. He
Yeah.
really does. And he kind of falls in and out of love with YouTube, I suppose. And it's a shame because when he does,
Lovely
put
guy
time
as well,
into it,
though.
he puts out a great video.
I
Yeah.
love
Very-
forcing him
very
on the
attractive.
quiz. On the
Very
quiz, he was
attractive.
brilliant.
Very,
Nice guy.
very easy on the eye as well.
And when he done his boots, so when he made his comeback not that long ago, and he done them boot sale videos,
Very good.
his boot sale videos were just awesome. They were some of the best content, I thought. Loved them.
Yeah. There's everyone is like, say, Race Town, watch more YouTube than telly. You know what's hilarious? You know what's hilarious? A lot of people go on YouTube if they've got a lump on their foot, on their leg, a spot, something, rather than actually ringing a doctor, which is probably useless anyway these days. But you know, like, oh, I need to rewire my ass. Let me watch YouTube.
Do you know
I've
why
got
I
a fire
watch-
out in my house.
Do you know what? Before YouTube, it was really difficult to take on things yourself. Like YouTube taught me to repair VHS recorders, to fix microcomputers, all of that. If it weren't for YouTube, I wouldn't have got the confidence to try these things and try and fix them for myself.
Well, there's a YouTube video up now if you need to know how to get bird shit off of Rob the Robot. So,
Hey,
there's one of them up there now.
I'm going to while and talking about bird shit. Scott, your question next. No, we're going to do your question, and I'm going to find Si's link and put that.
No, you haven't got to put it in there. It literally was just a joke.
Well, you know, extra subs, mate. Hey, got to keep that ginger beard in good condition, mate. Right, let me just put Scott into solo, and then let me just put his question.
Nice Lion King sign you got there, Scott.
That is, it's lovely, that, isn't it?
Very, very nice. Go ahead, my good friend.
Right, this could cause a bit of a debate, but is there too much CEX content on YouTube?
Do you want to give us your 10 pence,
Well,
Mr.
the
Zombie?
thing is, I watch an awful lot of YouTube. I really do. I watch it more than I do television, like most of us do. And sometimes you whether you're on your phone, your iPad, the TV, when you look into the feed and you look into the channels you watch or the ones you subscribe to, there's so much CEX content. It's kind of getting boring now, to me personally, you know, because you're just seeing the same thing over and over and over again. I think YouTube is kind of pushing CX to dominate more than what playing retro games and the hobby's about. You know, it's more about money, and it's more about, right, I've got this game, I'm now going to flip it in at CX, and I'm in return, I'm going to get this game. But a lot of the content isn't about playing that game, it's about getting it. And it's more about the whole CEX game than it is playing a game. And I liked it to begin with, I enjoyed it, but we're now a few years down the line, and so many people have jumped on it. It's kind of got a little bit boring. I've not seen anything new. I don't know if you guys have, that have changed that formula. But, you know, there is some content creators out there that can do the CX thing well, and their channels have grown massive because of it. But there's too much of it for me, personally.
Okay. Just before we get to, I just want to put this in another nice channel for you guys. Fistful of Gamepad. What an awesome name. I think he's got nearly 198 subscribers.
Oh, right.
Really nice. So you guys want to, you know, I'm already subbed to it. So I can't
get him over the 300.
Yeah, I was already subbed to the last one you put up. I think I am this one as well, but I'll have a look.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm sub.
We'll have to have a Retro 5 stamp of approval for new YouTube channels.
Well, I just think, like I said earlier, Si, we all talk about channels and whatnot, and I think there's no harm in just giving them a bit of a lift in it. Lee, carry on, mate. You answer your. I'm just going to grab another beer.
Right.
You carry on, mate.
So, do you know what does my head in about CX videos? And don't get me wrong, right? I mean, like I said earlier, if that's what you want to do, then that's what you do. You know, like you shouldn't do what other people want you to. It's like Scott always says, YouTube's about you. It's literally in the title. So I would never say that people should stop doing that, but I personally don't like them. And the reason I don't like them is because they all do it the same. You know, it's always the same, innit? It's like, oh, I got this envelope. Can you guess where it's from? I know where it's from, mate. It's from fucking CX. Where else is it from?
Oh,
yeah. And then they open it up.
It's after 9 o'clock. He's good. He's good to go.
Yeah, and then they open it up and they're like, oh, is it going to be all right? And it's like, who cares? You know, and then they take it out. Oh, it's got a dent in the box. Oh, it's going to have to go back. And it's like, mate, really? This is what you're putting all your effort into this for
Can
your
I
video?
just jump in there secondly? You sound about the going back. Yeah, I am going to jump in anyway. I think the issue with that is so many people have been returning stuff now that all that is going to be at CEX is going to be the crap that nobody wants.
Well, do you know the other thing that I don't like about it as well, right, is that if you ask me, CEX is everything that's wrong with retro gaming, and you've got people promoting them for free.
Yes.
And they're advertising for them for free. And to be honest with you, CEX isn't really good for retro gaming, not in my opinion.
It was good for me when I was trying to get some big hitters when I was going for the GameCube set. Because there's no way I could have afforded £100, £200 game. So it's good in that way. But I think the way they're doing their pricing and everything now is you've got to take a lot of stuff in to get something good back.
Well, yeah, and they're really picky as well. I mean...
Oh, yeah, they are now.
Like one of the things earlier, for example, you know, I got on the phone to Scott earlier on, and the first thing I said to him was, there's a couple of games I'm after. Have you got them? Because I'd rather have them off you than CEX.
Lee, have a look down.
I say play them. Retro
Don't mind something.
that's
dead right. No, but that's dead right. You've got certain content creators that are just churning out CX roulettes and all of this stuff. Same old thing. Callum does it a bit different, I think. He mixes it up and he makes it a bit different, but
it's always that same thing in it with the envelope, and it's like, mate, you're trying to create tension, but there isn't any because we've seen this a million times. Like,
I'll tell you just how I found, and I'm sorry to go back to, I know we spoke about him earlier, how I found Chris's channel. I like the CEX, not roulettes. I don't mind them. What he's doing, he's trying to get to £400 to buy a Series X Xbox. So he's taking stuff in. I like
that's a journey. That's a journey.
I like
different.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's
and he's
vlogging.
going with like 20 quid, but he's taking and he's selling on Vinted. I think it's Vinted he's selling. So that's why, and that's how I found his channel. Then I found out he was in Essex, and now we're bum chums. So yeah. Sorry,
backdoored again.
8-bit Rach has just put, yes, Martin, Retro Realm Roulette. That's what we need to do. Retro Realm Roulette now.
You know, that's arranged.
That would be...
No, you need to do like lucky bags, just random £10 bags at Retro Realm and send them out.
The people that have been on the retro scene for a long time, when you're seeing CX being pushed as much as it is, like what Nerdy Geese was saying, you know, it's amplifying, and there's a lot of bad things about CX, but it's pushed on YouTube that it's such a great thing. But what people forget is we've lost a lot of great things because of CX.
Yes.
Like I started out on Facebook, all the retro gaming groups.
Yeah.
They've been destroyed by CX, and I'm sorry, but you used to get some fantastic deals on the Facebook groups. You was buying off people that genuinely cared about retro gaming, collectors, fellow collectors. You would always get the games cheaper than eBay.
Correct.
The CX have kind of destroyed that because the everyday Joe that just wants to get shot at their games, it's simple for them to just trade it all in at CX rather than put it on the Facebook groups and offer it to collectors. You know, it's...
Well, I mean, it's independent game stores as well. I mean, they've disappeared because of CEX. That's the other problem. You know?
A lot of them have.
I mean, look at last year when I picked up that Tombi 2 from the charity shop.
Yeah.
They took it to CEX, and
that was something different, though. That was the manager trying to screw even CEX out of that one.
Oh. Totally. They tried to get it for, what was it? Something like 20 quid, if I remember right. And it was like 130 quid game. They got more money out of me in the end because I bought it. you know, but... Yeah, it's crazy.
The Tombi games are two games I'd really like to play, but I can't afford them. So
I suppose the whole CX fad is a bit like pickups videos. You know, you've got people that do a really good pickups video and they'll talk about their games, or you get people that just go, got this game, got this game, got this game, got this game. And it's a bit the same with CX, I suppose.
It's the easy content, isn't it? It's the easy content that some people fall into that trap of. Then they start going to CX to buy stuff just to make a video. instead of actually wanting the stuff they want to buy. I mean, I've seen someone who went out of their way to just buy a load of PSP movies just so he had a stack from CEX. They're all like 20, 50p each, going this one, this one, this one. You know what I mean? You know?
I don't know if. Sorry, go on, Lee. Go on, bruv.
I'll just be quick. I was just going to say, one thing is, I might be a bit sadistic with this, but I actually enjoy it when people open up the CEX package.
And it's
and
fun.
and then they start complaining. I love it because it's like, I'm absolutely glad that is ruined. Because if this is what you're doing as a video, I'm glad that this is now a nightmare for you. Like, you know.
So,
some of them make good thumbnails, though.
We know what Gordon's on about there. Don't worry, Gordon. I haven't forgot about your Sega mags. I just haven't pulled them out of the storeroom yet. You've seen the storeroom. You know how mad it is in there.
Or can I just say as well, or your joystick, Gordon, that I've got.
I've got to send him a game like as well. So yeah.
Have you all got something for him, Lee? What have you got?
Yeah.
I've got. Well, we haven't sorted a deal out yet because he's trying to send me Iron Brew.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, that's right. I like it, actually. He's trying to. I've got to sell him 2 Metal Gear Solid guides because I bought some off Sweet Radish Gaming and I've actually got 2 of them, so I want to sell 2 to him. What I was going to say is, because in America, obviously, they haven't got CX, they've got GameStop. But what you've got, I don't know if you, I mean, I don't watch too many American YouTubers, but I keep seeing now, and I know Sai knows, I know all of you know.
DK Oldies.
Ah?
I thought you were going to say DK Oldies then, because they
Yes.
hate them.
Yeah, because wait a minute, they're getting loads of hate.
The
Fucking
hate
loads.
DK Oldies get.
But if you want to hear about GameStop, you want to watch a channel called Camelot 331. Watch his old videos because he was a manager for them, and you want to hear some of the stories. Honestly, they're gold. Honestly, he had a guy threatening him with a shotgun because he wouldn't let him have a PlayStation 3. Like seriously, you need to watch his videos. They're good.
Okay, yeah, no. So I'm just going to quickly. I'll be very quick, Paul.
Well, you don't have to be because my answer's pretty short. So,
and I forgot the question.
No, don't worry. So
We'll let Paul do his first, then, Lee, and then you finish it off.
Yes, boss. Go ahead, Paul.
So my simple answer is this: pretty much everyone who I'm subscribed to doesn't make CEX videos, because I'm more Amiga and micros and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you can't buy that from CEX. So luckily for me, I don't have. Well, nah, surely not. But for me, I don't have to watch it because it's never going to be an 8-bit cassette and it's never going to be an Amiga game. It might be a PS1 game, but I'm not that bothered.
Do you still get a nervous twitch when you see that CEX logo appear, Paul?
It just, I just don't see it anymore. Like I genuinely don't see it anymore. Like there's very, 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 very few channels, like maybe 1 or 2, possibly I think 2, that make CEX videos that's on there.
Colonel Dino's just put a good comment up, actually, which is a good point about CEX.
Yeah, on the flip side, CEX give you
Yeah.
much of a country, a local store that can go pick up some physical that without then we could get online. Yeah, I think.
So that's my short answer anyway.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul, for your short answer. I've just dropped in Tetley's YouTube channel because I like Tetley.
Yeah, he's great, man.
Ha ha ha. How we doing, Ross? Hope you're good, bruv. Nothing against CX content as long as it's being used for odd, add worthwhile things. Now, look, I think what we need to do is just draw the line in the sand and just say something. This is what I'm going to say. Now, I remember CX before they were doing retro, okay? And I barely went in there. I'd only go in there if I was walking past the window and I had like something I wanted for PS3, Xbox, whatever. But other than that, I wouldn't really go in there. Once they started selling retro, I found myself going in there because there wasn't a Retro Realm around. There wasn't Retro Hunter. There wasn't Nerd Base. There wasn't Doorway to Darkness. There wasn't Saw Thumbs. There wasn't. Help me out, boys. What else am I missing?
I don't know. I don't live in Essex.
They're not in Essex. Doorway to Darkness.
There's no games.
Huh?
Ali Retro Hunter.
Retro
Yes,
Hunter,
I
yeah.
said that. Are you pissed? I said that.
Well, I am drinking cheap cola.
So I think,
converters.
for me, I like CEX content, but when it's on a twist, I'm not really interested in. Like Lee said, if they show something and it's fucked, I think it's hilarious. I
It
just
is.
think
It's hilarious, isn't it? It's funny.
great. I'm so sorry because like OG Duffy's just done one recently, and he picked up, and it looked really nice. To be fair, it was a boxed Mega Drive 1 Master System converter, which I think's what an awesome piece of kit that fits snug on a Mega Drive 1. Anyway, and that was cool to see because that's a nice thing. But then the other side of that coin, Retro Rummage, Mitch, another awesome channel. He drives to the CEX if they've got a game to get it, or he will speak to someone to get it for him. And I think I enjoyed that content because he's going to the car boot. Excuse me. God, dude, that was a good one. He's selling up his stuff, and then he's buying the game, and that's fine. But like I might start now that I know Paul hates them. I might deliberately start doing fucking CX videos. Deliberately.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've only just subscribed to your channel. Come on.
Mizo Gaming, yes. And the other thing I want to say as well, just very quickly,
No.
is I hope.
Sorry, Lee, just your no.
No, Kratos, no, boy. I hope they start selling fucking Amiga and Commodore 64 just to fucking piss you off.
No, they shouldn't sell Amiga because that's just losing money. That is, let's be honest, the failure rate.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that complaints?
Yeah.
Can you imagine them waiting to load a Commodore 64 game to see if it works before they take it in?
You know what? They'd probably actually be going, oh, no, this don't work properly because they don't know how tape works.
Oh.
These are all young kids, aren't they?
Good point, Retrobate. I don't see arcade machines in CX. So don't interest me.
I don't know if he's being sarcastic or not.
Listen, who knows of Alex? He likes cakes. Game Station used to be a place for retro. Yes, Game Station.
Game Station used to be good.
I got some, and even there was Game Station
When
there
it was
another
an
one.
independent franchise before Game bought Game
Yeah.
Station.
Oh yeah.
they
Game.
used
I
to
think
be
I've
late
still got
time.
a card somewhere with Game Station loyalty card somewhere.
Electronic Boutique was another one I bought lots of stuff out of.
That was another one. Yeah.
Worked for them for a long time, back in the day.
Cash converters, I've got some good stuff out of cash converters.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
The
And
ones in
cash
Wolverhampton used to be good, and they have gone absolutely. I don't think they've had anything new in for like 2 years. It's
Oh, wow.
ridiculous. It's just like you walk past it now, and it's just it's sad to see so little in there.
Oh wow!
So it is
See,
one
the
for you,
cash
Lee.
converted, our local one's good.
Yeah, the cash concepts and that. Sorry, Lee? What's that shop near you? I always ask you. I'm so sorry, Scott. The other one.
Oh, Cash Exchange.
Is that what
We've
it's
got
called? The
we've
long
got
shop?
ones here called Deal Makers.
Fucking hell, mate! All these
Yes,
things.
Cash Exchange.
That's a good one. That I enjoyed that shop when we've been in there.
They get a lot of retro in there.
Go on, Lee, mate, bruv. Go on,
Do you remember the indoor market bit that used to be down in Lakeside? Do you remember that? There was a game bit
Yeah.
down there.
There was.
I remember the guy in there. I picked up because I got the day wrong. I remember I went in there. I'm trying to think how old I was. Must be about 17, maybe. And I went down there on that specific day on my day off from work to pick up Street Fighter EX. I think it was on the PlayStation, right? And I got the day wrong. So when I got there, the guy goes, "Oh, don't come out till tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh, mate, I can't get up here tomorrow." You know, because I was traveling from Gray's Inn. So I was like, "I can't get here tomorrow." So, and he goes, "Tell you what, mate, I'll let you have it early, but don't tell anyone." So I was playing that game like 24 hours before anybody else was. And
hell.
now you wouldn't have got that in like Electronic Boutique or whatever. That was proper customer service, you know. And that's what I mean, you know, the independent stores, and that was like a little market bit, wasn't it? And I think it was called Riverside, wasn't it, at Lakeside there?
That was Fats Entertainment. Is that you talking to? Are you talking to me? And he's talking to you, I think, Lee.
Was
Scott
it? I don't know.
What's
I
happened? What has happened to Game? There was 3
Oh,
games.
don't get me started on game. I
Yeah,
went into one.
now
Where's it
all
gone?
Sports Direct.
They're in Sports Direct.
I
Yeah,
went
they
into
own it.
one. There's a new
Oh.
one in Wolverhampton in Sports Direct. So I was with somebody else supporting the other day. I thought, oh, check game. And it was upstairs on the top floor. Got there. It was 2 shelves of games.
Oh my god!
That was it. It's stuck in the corner. Nothing else there.
I was
Yeah.
in B&M. You got them up your way, boy. I know Lee and Scott will. Paul,
Yeah.
Paul, yeah, I know you because you're mother-in-law? No.
Yeah, mother-in-law works there. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, that's right. I do remember. I do listen. Fucking asshole. Oh, fucking forgot. B&M sell games. So I went in there to get some. I want a Biscoff and some other. I get snacks in there for the kids. You know, like the crisps and stuff.
For
and
the
whatever.
kids, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
For the kids.
Why are you mugging me off like two, Bob? And they had games. They had Switch games in there, but they were fucking expensive. Like £30 for some £3 game in CEX. I was like, I thought, am I fucking pissed? It's only like, but yeah. So they had stuff there as well, which is weird. And the game in Brent Cross, Brentwood and Chelmsford, I got some wicked deals out of there, and they've completely gone now. I haven't seen one in the Sports Direct or
You don't want to. Do you know what? I think, Scott, you were saying before that you were going into gaming, getting some Masters of the Universe figures. Right?
Yes.
If they go into Sports Direct, they get rid of all of those figures. They get rid of all of the second-hand games. They get rid of everything. All they do is new gen games. That's it. Nothing else. It's such a shame.
Yeah.
One good thing I did get out of Cash Converters in Inverness when I just happened to be walking past was a boxed cartridge game for the Commodore 64 Last Ninja Remix. I couldn't believe it when I saw it in the window. I went inside and they had a few other Commodore 64 games, but yeah, I bought that immediately. I couldn't believe. I mean, it's one of the hardest cartridges to find on the Commodore 64, and I have
It's a crap
box.
game as well, isn't it?
I thought you was about to say. I thought you was
It's
about
brilliant.
to
It's an
say.
awesome game. It really is brilliant. Like it's like Last Ninja 3, but like remix it's way better. The intro and the music is just stunning.
Hang on. Lee's trying to say something.
Sorry.
Go on.
I thought you was
You
about to
haven't, you haven't
say,
said
Paul.
anything all night.
Oh, no, he's fucking mugging me off. I thought you were going to say, Paul, you met your missus in the shop or something like. The way you said it, it was like, I thought, wow, it's going to be a good, meaningful story. No, it's Last Ninja.
Nate, you've got no idea how hard it is to find a box copy of Last Ninja Remix.
I'm with you. There seems to be some sort of Brokeback Mountain going on between Alex and
I know,
Mark.
yeah. I've been looking.
You getting
at
jealous?
that, yeah.
Gaming
Yeah,
Hollow.
Chef's jealous. Chef's getting jealous now.
Listen,
They're
mate, I'm
talking about
jealous of
scrubbing each other's backs and stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
One
okay,
of them
carry on
just said,
talking.
All right, go on. You
"Hand me
got the
like a
picture."
Yeti."
Carry on
Yeah.
talking. I'll find.
Magic wood.
So
Anyway, shall I answer this
do
question?
yours.
Is there a
Do your
question?
bit.
I'll be back in a sec, guys.
With me with CEX, I've completely forgotten what I was going to say now.
Sorry, mate.
No, it's all good. Yeah, CEX. One thing I like about CEX, right? It's not the whole roulette game, whatever. One thing I like when people go, I'm going to go in with £10 and see what games I can get for £10 because there's a lot of PS2, PS3, Xbox 360 games that you can get for like £1-2. I'm not talking sports titles, and that's ones I enjoy because you can find some real Paul's favorite word, hidden gems. I'm
gonna have to start making some hidden gems videos. Like,
So to me, that's it. I have had some good deals in the past. I did get when CEX first started doing like retro games, I did pick up a big box Donkey Kong Country 3, was it? I think it was 2 or 3. And basically they sold it as like the small box version, but it was a big box complete for £35.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, and that I think went to auction myself, and I got 250 quid for it. So
Nice.
there are some deals to be had. As far as CX videos go with the roulette, I couldn't care less. Don't watch them. Don't click them. Just scroll past. Anyway, have you found your picture yet?
I've got a picture and a video to show. Good video, by the way. Nintendo Restoration Nest Rob. That's going to you. So I can prop the phone up so I can keep watching. Now, are you propping your phone up on this? Oh, hang on.
Hang on. You've censored it.
Oh no! Are you propping up on that? Look at his hairy legs like a fucking carpet. Fucking hell!
That's why he's got the brush there to brush the legs.
Hey, and then what about this one?
Try and get some magic wood. Then they've got trees everywhere. They can
Magic
go in
wood. Come on, you can't say that and I can't not snigger. Come on.
Yeah, you can't.
Alex, we're all watching you, mate. We've all got magic wood. Come on.
I've got magic wood.
You know you're going to get Retro Chef in the comments now, don't you?
Is he nicked my magic wood clip again? Is he?
Oh,
You've-
obviously. Oh,
you've
how are you
disappeared.
doing that? I can't see you.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, just reading.
Magic.
camera
I've been
back
learning
on.
from Sai, incantations and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Right, let me just.
Been burning some sage, bit of salt, you know.
Yeah, man. This could. This stream would have been good if three of us wasn't butting in all the time. I can't help myself.
Yeah.
I ain't stop fucking talking, innit?
I agree,
I wish-
Paul OSG.
OSG, you're lucky. Actually, I'm not saying that to you because you look quite handy, boy. I tell you, you can handle yourself.
You can tell that Lee hasn't done a Retro 5 live stream for a while. He just wants to make up for lost time.
Listen, I'm with friends. I'm with family. I'm happy.
Yeah.
We said that one. Good vibe. Lisa Retro Lounge. Hello. I don't know you. Please go and sub to their to her channel. Yeah, Visualization was amazing. How that turned out. I'm looking forward to see who gets that site. If I know them, if you know what I mean. I'm looking forward to see what they do with it. The next journey for that.
Next journey of what?
The restoration, Rob, mate.
Rob. Yeah, there's going to be a follow-up video with the NES demo unit, and it's not going to be on my channel, so just leave it there.
Oh,
I'm just trying to. I don't
love
drop
your
the phone in
fake
the
shock
water,
face,
mine.
Paul.
Listen, Alex, are you all right? Do you want me to ring your missus? Don't drop the phone in the water, mine, unless you want me to find it.
Are they in the bath playing Hide the Submarine?
It's only Wednesday. This ain't a Friday night wind down on the retro.
Yeah, I don't know what this stream's
Retro
turning
Bait
into.
Live channel. Fucking Retro Bait Live channel.
It's his only fans.
Okay, so lovely. Last question for
we got questions.
We've got one more question from Lee, and then we'll just have a little. Let me just get to the question and put Lee on big screen.
Do you have to?
Yeah, very attractive. Very attractive. Go ahead, sir.
Get the beard in there, look. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so my question is, why are there so many arseholes on YouTube? Oh, no, sorry. Have you ever had a moment that made you look at life differently? So I'm not going to bore everyone with it, but most of you guys know that my health hasn't been very good of late. In fact, some would probably say I've had a bit of a nightmare recently, but
we love you, bruv.
It certainly makes you look at life a little bit differently. Don't get me wrong, we've all been in a situation where, you know, we've lost family members, etc. I mean, I lost my sister a few years back, and you know that will change you. But when it is then you that are looking at the guy coming across the river Styx, you know, wanting the silver coins to take you across, you know, the boatman, things really change, you know, and I have to say it's kind of changed my attitude a little bit. I mean, I've always been someone that, you know, to a certain degree doesn't give a shit, but I would say that I'm probably worse now. You know, most people, you know, worry about, you know, I can't talk to my boss like that, I might lose my job. I'll be honest, right now, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. So, I'm looking at life a little.
I'm not surprised.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I am looking at life very differently. I'm starting to realise that, you know, the things you think are important in life, they're really not. You know, there are other things that are more important that deserve more of your attention, and the things that are shit, you know, don't even give them two thoughts. You know, put them aside. Yeah, this has definitely made me realise that life is too short, and life is what you make of it. So yeah, and you know, obviously with this happening to me, I wondered any of you guys had something similar. So, and you know, and if you don't mind, would you mind talking about it? I just want to add, just in case no one's watched my videos on my channel, I went in for an abdominal surgery. Basically, mistakes were made, and I ended up having a pulmonary embolism 3 weeks later and got rushed back into hospital. So yeah, could have died. So it does make you look at things very differently. So yeah, guys, your thoughts, stories.
Did they find a brain though, Lee, when they did their
No. It turns out that when I coughed that blood clot up that morning, my brain was in it.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, it's gone now. Gone forever.
God, dear, this is
It's a bit of a deep one, but you know, we don't just cover the everyday things, do we? We talk about personal stuff too. You know.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think of something that I don't know. I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky kind of guy. I try and see the best in everyone, even though we're surrounded by cunts sometimes. I
Yeah.
always try and see the best in them because I think life is too short to be, which is proven.
Yeah.
Life is too short.
We're here for a good time, not a long time.
Definitely, bruv.
Best
And,
line ever, that.
Yeah. I think that was out of a cracker, Christmas cracker. That was.
It's a good quote, though.
No, it is a good quote. I don't know what to. I don't know. I mean, obviously, we've lost a tuber recently, John Retro Kit. I didn't know him personally, but he was always in the chat for a lot of chats I was on.
Yeah.
So that was something when you think, oh, when he was quite young. Obviously, during COVID, I lost a couple of friends. One of my friends took his life because he lost his job, and he thought that was it because of COVID. He couldn't get a job, and he fucking topped himself, which was horrible because if he would have hung around a bit longer, he would have had a job. Because anyway. Obviously, my wife lost her aunt to COVID or to whatever was surrounding us during that time. Let's say that. Because Paul's had it more times. I don't know. Paul's like, I think Paul, when you type COVID in, Paul's picture comes up on the fucking Wikipedia. I don't know. I don't know, mate. I kind of count myself quite lucky. Like I said, I've been surrounded by some fucking idiots. But at the same time, I've met some good people, and I thank God for that. One thing I will say, and it's not because we're all here. Last year, Retro 5 meetup was awesome, and obviously Martin was involved with that. That was awesome. Kind of puts life in a bit of perspective when you've got 4, 5 friends, 6 with you, Star Gamer, all around you, who are good boys, good mates. Brothers, I don't know. I'll tell you something quickly.
That's the Fraser tonight. That is.
Do you know, like being 40 years old, and you guys are all, I mean, size 400. But you know, like and size had a few.
I'm 40 in 2 months.
I don't believe you. You know, like I was thinking the other day, and it's only recently dawned on me. Like I'm 40, 41 in May. And my old man and my mum are not young, but they're not old. You know, you think there'll be that time when their name won't come up on my phone. And I keep thinking about that recently. It's really getting to me. I know that's probably deep, but I think that's what Lee's looking for. And I've been thinking about that quite a bit because they're not young, my mum and dad, but they're not old. They're 65 and 66. You know, but yeah, because now it's more prominent because you've got a mobile and you see their name or you see their face come up. And I think, you know, I don't know, maybe I don't know. That's probably my 10 pence. Paul, please take us.
So, yeah, probably around about exactly 20 years ago, back in 2003, I was part of the invasion force of Iraq. And while I was there, I did have a life-changing moment when I'm not going to go into great detail about it.
You're not allowed to.
It's quite. It can be like difficult to talk about sometimes, but anyway, when this moment happened, I remember the first thing I thought was, I definitely don't get paid enough to do this job. That was my first thought. Like my second thought was, like there needs to be more to life than this. And yeah, there was that moment that I knew that I was definitely going to be leaving the army and become a civilian. And at the time, I was just like the typical squaddy. Do you know what I mean? I used to just go out. I used to spend all my money going out on the piss and, you know, just doing squaddy stuff as they do. And yeah, from that moment, you know, I just thought, I want like kids. I want like a normal life. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to watch them grow up and stuff like that. And that, like, it was amazing how fast that thought went through my head at that moment. And yeah, at that exact moment, me whole outlook on life completely changed. And
that guy, that your mate that was with you, I mean, I bet you appreciated him a lot more after that as well.
Yeah. Luckily, like because to everything, I was an electrician in the army, and my friend he was a mechanic. And if anything used to go wrong, we could be sent anywhere. Yes, we work the back like normally, but like if something breaks down at the front, we've got to go at the front and sort it out. Do you know what I mean? So it can be quite dangerous. And luckily for me, like his training from one of his previous jobs that he did in the army kicked in, and probably saved my life that day, I would say.
Yeah.
Just to lighten the mood, as I like to do.
Can I just say thanks for sharing that as well, Paul?
Yeah.
Because I know that's not an easy one for you.
What about what I fucking said?
Come on, man. He got shot out in the army.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's
a little
I
bit
didn't
different.
say that. I didn't say that.
No, but listen,
Oh,
there's
sorry.
difference of getting shot and trying to shoot yourself. That's different. No, hang on. There's one comment here.
Should I not have said that?
No, you're good, mate. This is the best comment, and I want this laminated. Look at this comment from fucking Alex. I think it's great.
No, that did make me happy.
I bought my own Mega Drive. I'll never play it again. I think that's class. He sold the Mega
I did
Drive
see
on
that.
Swapshop.
It was a proper break, though, wasn't it? It
Yeah.
wasn't even just a little.
He sold it on
Well,
Swapshop.
Well, this is all them years of dissing Sega, Alex. Sega had
Sega's revenge.
We'll come back to get here.
I'm just getting through some of the comments.
He had a bit of Sega revenge.
Yeah, absolutely, Martin. So, do you want to?
See, the weird thing is, I was trying to think of what to say on this because I said there's a few little bits, but and it's not a life changing moment. It's for someone, but it's more of a regret. I don't know if you guys know, but my mom actually has Parkinson's, and she is completely wheelchair bound now and everything else. So that's she's got a couple other conditions as well, which change her mobility. But going back. Probably about 7-8 years ago, we're on holiday and she was still mobile but struggling, and we were leaving 2 days early, and my mom said to us, no, stay for the extra 2 days, they were there, stay with them. I said, no, look, we got to go home. And that's the last time my mom was ever mobile, and I so regret not spending those last 2 days with her. Because as I said, she was struggling. I mean, she's still going now. She's there's a lot of complications, a lot of issues, and everything else. But it's a regret that I've always got that I just never. I had to get home. You know what I mean? It's just I miss the way things used to be. I really do.
I think it's
Anyway,
gone too quick,
leave it at that.
Like sand going through your fingers. There's
If I'd have known it was the last time, you know what I mean, it would have.
Listen, if you knew that side, there'd be so many things you would do different, and that's something
absolutely.
that there's that great meme that I always see, and I a lot of you got again. We're all similar age, barring Si who's fucking 400.
It keeps changing.
Sorry, mate. I like change. I like to keep you on your toes. The last time you all went out on your bikes with your mates, I love that. There's a little meme. The last time you was out of all your mates on your bikes,
It was the
And
last
you
time
didn't
I
know it,
never
knew.
even knew it.
and you never fucking knew. Do you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
we went, I remember my mum and dad, bless them.
Cherish the moment.
Oh, mate, they used to say to us, stay around the area, right? Fuck me, I was traveling miles.
Yeah.
My dad caught us once. We were like down, like, I lived in like Angel Islington. We went all the way down to Oxford Circus. Now that is a mission, right? But you was on your bikes with your boys in it, so you didn't really care. And them days are gone. And you never knew. Like so I said, you never knew. You never knew. I know that's something meaningless. And then you got Gernardinho, who's put I love change today. I met Chef. I'll leave it at that. Fuck
Yeah, everyone remembers the first time you meet you at a chef.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
You can't get rid of him.
Worse.
I like to leave a bad smell and an imprint on you. How's that one?
Well, you left an imprint on Martin, a wet shoulder.
That boy will never be the same again. Bless him.
No, he won't.
Now, Scott,
Yes.
say what you want to say, mate, if you want to.
I think most of you know that I've had some very tragic events happen to me. Back in 2019, I lost my partner and Eden lost her mum. And it was tragic. It was absolutely devastating. If it weren't for a lot of YouTubers, and they all know who they are, you guys included, it was a struggle to get through it. It really was. But I've learned to live life to the full, and I've learned that you've got to be surrounded by positive people. Negativity is a really bad thing, and when you're faced with a really tragic event in someone suddenly gone, literally like that, you can easily get wrapped up in negativity, and you can go down a very slippery, dark path. And if it wasn't for everyone in this great community that I was getting phone calls, I was getting messages, so many people overwhelmed me with support that it pulled me through. It really did. And I'm not just saying that, it really did show me the light. And I live life very differently now. I'm a more positive guy. I like to surround myself with positive people. And this hobby really has probably saved me from a very dark place. And it's tough to talk about.
Yeah.
But you have to live life for the moment. You have to live life and be as positive and do as much as you can in life. Don't have any regrets, and just do what you can do, because, you know, life can be very tough and you can be dealt some horrendous cards. Most of us have all got a tale we can tell, and it beats you. Life doesn't beat you, just becomes stronger, and you have to overcome these challenges. And me and my daughter, we live with those challenges every single day, you know, and, you know, you just got to stay positive.
Yeah. Can I say something now? Right, we've completely changed the tone of how this stream has gone, laughing, joking, everything else. And we've had like a real serious moment and everything here with us all talking. And that's why it's important for everyone to just be able to talk and say these things, if you know what I mean. It's not a bad thing, and it's not a bad thing to admit that you're suffering with mental health, you're suffering, you know what I mean, all this kind of stuff, and it's okay to
not be okay.
Do you know what? It's you can sit there and you can go through these things in your head and build it all up. The best thing you can do is talk, and I think having this and being able to talk to you guys and everything else is great. And it's the same to everyone in the chat. If you're going through a hard time, just talk to someone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's a great thing to be able to do.
Well, I mean, when I got rushed into hospital, like, you know, I was talking to you guys on the phone, wasn't I? You know, I was messaging all yous on WhatsApp, and that's the thing. I mean, that experience would have been so much worse if I hadn't have been doing that, you know. So
sorry,
that story
sorry. Look at I wish G is like he's a fucker, really.
Yeah.
But it's people like that you've got to be surrounded with in your life. You know, it's
absolutely.
Make light of anything.
It
just makes you smile, even in the most saddest moments. And like what Si just said, that you've got to talk about things.
Absolutely.
The hardest thing, I think this is a gender thing. I think it is a male thing, is in that a man has always got to try and hide and bury his feelings and emotions sometime, and not talk about problems. But it's so important to talk about them. A problem shared is a problem solved. It really is. And you know, it's not going to make things go away talking to people, but it makes it a lot lighter. It takes that weight off your shoulders.
Yeah,
and
it gets off your chest.
It really does help. And you know, when you have tragic stuff in life, like Paul will relate to this as well with his experiences, you learn to live with it. You never get over it. You'll never forget it. But you learn to live with it, and it becomes easier.
Yeah, I'd definitely say that's true with my sister when I lost her. You'll never get over it. You just learn to live with it.
You have to learn to live with it.
What I will say is, you know, I wish I knew you guys a long time ago, so that we're good friends and brothers now. But I think before, you know, we've gained so much with each other in such a little time. I think we're a lot closer. And I just want to say, Scott, I don't need to say this because you know this, but I want to say I'm proud of you, because I'm not trying to be a prick. I'm just saying I'm so happy for you, because Eden's such a nice child and daughter.
Oh,
she's a lovely girl. Yeah. You've I envy you in terms of that you've done something off your own back. You got the realm. You're a grafter. And you've got all your games in your living room. So fair play to you, mate.
Yeah. He could have
This
easily
is the
give up.
reason, I am. Some people come around and they think I'm mad as a hatter, but the thing is,
Well, you are.
I am. But you have to surround yourself with all
He
this
wants
stuff.
to be normal. It's boring.
Well, yeah.
I'm normal.
Yeah. Yeah, you're normal.
It's just I think what Scott said as well, because like my old man, I've never seen my dad cry. All right, and I think probably you guys are the same. Our old mans are like they were like Paul said, and like Scott said, they don't show their emotions. But what I will say is, because I've got two girls, my dad softened a lot, and we'll have a tear.
I think that's more becoming a grandparent. To be honest, they all do it.
He's like my dad's a lot more soft than my father-in-law, who was quite tough, especially on me. He's really softened, and it's really nice with the girls. But I don't hide how I am as a person.
Yeah,
So,
nobody should.
no, definitely, mate.
You've got to be you. That's a really important thing there. You've got to be yourself. Be true to yourself and true to everyone else. So many people in this day and age are trying to live to a certain expectation or what they see on social media. Is so important just to be you. That's one thing I've really learned. Just be you.
And I think, like, when I was saying about the fact that, I'm now at a point where there's things I cared about that I don't give a shit about because they're not important.
Yeah.
And I think that's definitely one of them. I don't care what people think. Fuck them. I don't care. But, so, yeah.
It's just amazing how the world has changed so quickly in such a short space of time. I think our generation, the 80s, 70s, 80s kids, we're really blessed because we've had the micro systems, and then going to the NES and going to Master System, Mega Drive. We've gone from no mobiles to having a mobile, having touchscreen, having this, and we've like our generation has evolved or been part of an evolution. If you would have said to me 20 years when I was 20, you're going to have a phone that can go onto your bank, send money worldwide, go on something called eBay and buy something, buying your road tax online and not having a tax disc in your car window, not having this, having an electric car.
Here's a question to finish up then with, or not to finish up with, to change the subject of it. What was your first mobile phone? Can anyone remember what your first mobile phone was?
Motorola.
And the chat as well. Chat, let us know, what was your first mobile phones?
Mine was a Mercury 1-to-1 flip phone because I was 14 and that was my mobile phone.
They've disappeared now, haven't they? Then
they've come. They're coming.
No, they're back now because the screens fold, don't they?
One of my chefs has got that phone, Lee. It's fucking
Samsung.
Weird.
Yeah, it's I don't like them.
Oh, it's weird. It's folding. And oh god! But mine was a Mercury 1-to-1 with 3 weekends and 3 weekday, 7 till 7, 3 calls back in the day.
Here's the thing, though, right? When you got your phone, though, Lee, could you text on it? Because when I got mine, texting wasn't even a thing.
And I remember, this is how stupid I was. I was like, texting, that'd never take off.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, can you remember pages?
Yeah, I was about to say, my brother had one of them.
Yeah. I've still got a pager. I've still got my pager.
Yeah,
I've still got
my phone was a BBC one, plus net, whatever. But I remember
the micro.
The screen was tiny on the top, and to read the text message, it scrolled across with one line, and you had to like read each word as it went past. But the best thing about that phone, there was a little trick with it that if I topped it up, typed a text message out and pressed send, if I pressed off at the same time as pressing send, it would send the message but not take my money. So I used to make £5 credit last forever.
Yeah, see,
the funniest thing with my first phone was that you used to have to charge it for 8 hours, but you only had 20 minutes on a phone call before it died. So 8 hours for 20 minutes talk time. Like, thank God things changed with that.
Mine was a Sony. It was like before Sony and Ericsson, company or whatever, and it was an actual Sony phone. It had like a jog wheel on the side, and That was when I must have gotten it in 97.
ET Cellnet, that was it. Sorry, so just seen it pop
Just-
up. Somebody.
Just because I was in the army and we had like a weekend off during basic training, and I went and bought a mobile phone, and I always remember that was the first one I had. I did actually look for it on eBay to see if I could find one because I thought that's quite nostalgic to have me first phone back. But
My dad had a phone. Do you know you put your SIM card in now and it's like a tiny little thing? My dad's first phone, you had to put the whole card inside.
Yeah, mine.
Yeah,
did.
that's what mine was.
Yeah.
Mine was.
It's
so
slotted
weird to
in the
think.
bottom.
Yeah, all the way.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
I've just dropped a channel in here. It's Scott Retro Collectibles. I found his channel. I think he's on 3.5 or 4,000 subscribers. Loads of car boot stuff. I found his channel when I went and met with
I
Ed
think
Hunt.
I watch him. I think I
Yeah,
Nice,
watch-
good channel. I'm trying to get him on Swap Shop because I
It was
like
black.
him. Want to have lots of people, but I'm trying to get. He's another good channel. So you go and click on to Scott Retro Collectibles.
If it's
Good guy.
collectibles, like if it's one I'm not on, I'll definitely be subbing to.
Yeah,
that.
no, he doesn't. I met him through Ed Hunt when I went down to Ed, which I'll be doing this year, September, August time. When I went car booting with him, he's down that neck of the wood too, like Kent, your area, Lee.
Yeah.
He's around that way. Well, I don't know where he lives exactly, but I know he's that area anyway.
You
I'm
know
not-
where everyone lives. You're a stalker. We know that.
You love it, you filthy animal.
Telly was asking there, was it blue? But no, mine was like a grey sort of silvery colour. But it did have the jog wheel, so yeah, I
remember
definitely had
that.
the jog wheel. So
Did anyone ever have an end gauge? Is it not
Yes.
end gauge?
Yes,
Yeah, but
I've
they
got
were
two
all
of them.
decent, weren't they?
Never played one of them. Were they any good?
No.
My first phone was a Panasonic phone, and it was quite big, and you had to pull the aerial up.
Yeah, I remember them.
That was my first mobile phone. I think I was about 17.
God, do you remember the top-up vouchers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
I always
had
say
mates.
contracts,
We
but-
knew this guy that lived down the road that would get us them cheap, the Vodafone.
Yeah,
Everyone
I
knows
used
the
to know
guy.
someone who did that, Scott. I used to know someone who do like
Everyone
half
knew someone that could get
Yeah,
them
yeah.
cards, didn't they?
It's not just that as well. It's also everyone knew someone who used to do copied like Amiga games
Yeah,
or copied PlayStation 1 games and used to buy them on the cheap.
But 8-Bit Rach was saying about phones, how they evolved. Like, they were really big to start with. Then it was the trend to have the tiniest phone.
Yes,
I remember
that's
having
it.
that little tiny Motorola phone where you couldn't even hit the buttons. They were so
I think my
tiny.
brother had one of them because he remember
Yeah.
putting it in his pocket and go, look, my phone's in here. The
Every
whole thing was
thought they were really cool, didn't they? But you couldn't do nothing with them.
Yeah.
can you remember the one from was it the Matrix where it used to go?
Nokia.
It used
Yeah.
to like shoot out.
the Matrix phone, that one, wasn't it?
the
The banana
Razor.
phone.
That
That
was
is
the Razor, wasn't it?
I had
No,
a
the
Razor.
razor flipped
No,
out.
it
There was
was
one that
the
you pressed it and it slid out and it was like
Ah.
curved
It
around.
was the Nokia Banana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's what it was. I've got that phone. And then
72
there was a
something.
newer
wasn't it?
version that slid down as well.
Yeah.
I
Can
just
anyone
wanted-
remember the Tomb Raider phone? I can't remember.
Tomb
what
Raider
company it
phone?
was.
It was an Ericsson. Was it
Tomb
an
Raider.
Ericsson?
That was, yeah. I had that. I remember getting that because it was Tomb Raider.
I had
I'm
a
trying
couple
to
of
find-
Ericsson flip phones. They were pretty smart. Samsung flip. Do you remember the little silver one that they brought out where it had the screen on the top and then one on
Yes.
the inside?
Yeah.
I mean, they were the first ones to do that. I thought that was pretty cool. Diddy little thing like this big, sort of tiny.
That was the one I think I had. You couldn't press the buttons. Your
Do
fingers.
you know they
Oh,
actually
good
make
phone, though.
tiny little phones now? And I'm not lying, they're like about this
Yes.
big and about this wide, specially designed to go into prisons so that
Yes.
easy access so you can get them in prisons.
Yeah,
They've got rounded edges on both sides.
yeah, just so you can insert them places. Yeah, yeah.
Engaged.
Tetley's just put that he had that Samsung. Yeah, that was a good phone. That was. Yeah.
It was quite. I was massively into Nokias. I like the Sirocco, the 8910, the 6600, all
You
like
just
the
watched
Lunas.
it, weren't you? You had all of them.
Yeah, listen, I'm Flash. So anyway, I've just dropped a link into another channel that I watch called Mark Goes Blind Gaming. I've dropped his link in. And Lee, I've just seen your links. I'm going to drop that in a second when you put Mark Goes Blind Gaming. Really nice guy. There we go. NG Collectibles, Nerdy Geezer
Yeah.
Collectibles. Another great channel. Go and drop us up, please, because that's
Did
Lee's.
you did drop Lisa Retro Lounge in, didn't you?
He did, yeah. He did.
I did, yeah. I did Retro Lounge.
I subbed, so yeah. he
Yeah,
did.
I have. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get up to where he was. I had my first phone at 17 pay as you go. Yeah, I think everyone had pay as you go first. I mean, I only had a line.
I didn't. I had a contract.
Because
Yeah,
I was too young. I was too young for it. But my dad, because he used to own his own business, he got me a phone through his business. So I had a phone.
Okay, if we talk about phones as well, does anyone remember not top up cards, but phone cards for telephone boxes?
Yes.
I used to collect
They
them.
used to have like different pictures on the front of them as
I
well.
used to have a load of
People
them.
still collect them. They're big money, some of them. I
Alright.
think.
Yeah, they can be. They can be.
And now there's a
Used
load
to
of
find
Disney
them.
ones. Do you know what we're just doing though? We're just sitting here talking about really old things and smacking ourselves feel even older.
Yeah, but
You
you've got to
know-
admit, it was better back then, wasn't it?
It
trying
was
to
in my
think,
day.
Yeah, I
trying
don't
to
care.
think of,
I'm telling you, it was better back then.
Oh my God, 8-bit Rage again. Polyphonic ringtones.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God, yeah.
I remember
Do you
you used
remember
to
you used
send
to
a
have to tap
message.
them in?
Used to go to the I used to buy all the Max Power and the car magazines. Okay, for like when I was I'm still into cars, but when I was really stupidly into cars, and used to get that the Pepsi sign on your Nokia, or you'd send a text. It was £1.50,
That's
and they'd
right.
send you the picture, or you'd get a
Yeah.
ringtone. Like you get like the fucking I'm trying to think like one like Chocolate Boy.
You could tap
All
in
this
your own
chocolate.
ringtones as well, though, couldn't you? Do you remember
Well,
that?
if you were smart, you could do that. Yeah, I was stupid.
There was websites where they would send you like the pattern of what numbers you had to put, and you could program them in yourself. I used to do that a lot.
Everyone thought they were really cool, weren't they? Having these synthesized sounding like I remember getting Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley, you know.
I had Knight Rider. That was another one, Knight Rider.
Yeah, Knight
Oh,
Rider.
Knight Rider. I had a lot of garage songs, a lot of the old garage UK garage music, because they were like they were 2-step beats, so they're really easy to like put onto the polyphonic phones.
Yeah.
What's this? I had a Snoopy phone. Oh, for fuck's sake.
So
Composer.
the
That's
best
right.
the best times I had was when I used to go out on my little rally burner with all my mates.
Oh,
Like like, and your mum would say to you, make sure you're back before it's dark. And occasionally, if there was some older lads that I used to hang about, if they was around, then I'd be allowed to stay out when it was dark, but I had to stay on the steps outside my mum's. Like,
Lee, it was
all that.
It was that saying my dad said, when those fucking street lights come on.
Exactly
you
what
fucking
Yeah,
come
that's
home.
it.
I was about to say though,
When
right,
those fucking lights come on, you fucking come home. That's what you used to say.
in Dovecoats, where we used to go play with mates, where his parents' house was a load of lights in front of it. And his parents said, when the lights come on, you got to come in. But do you know what the little box is at the bottom? If you hit that just in the right way, we could switch the lights off. So we used to stay out. They used to stay off for like another 10, 15 minutes when you kicked them hard enough.
Yeah.
So that's how we got to stay out longer.
I mean, I remember I used to get up on the summer holidays. I'd get up, run up to my mate's house. It was a few houses up. A mate of mine called Nicky. He had a single parent mum, so, and we used to play Kirby at like 9 a.m. and the reason we had to play outside was because his mum would be like barely like awake at that point, so she'd tell us to go away. So we'd go out and play Kirby for an hour, and then we'd be in his playing on his Amiga. So yeah, every summer holiday.
Both of you have mentioned sort of being out with the lads on the bikes. I've got a question for you then. What was your most memorable favourite bike that you
Already
had?
said it.
See, I
Rally
don't
burner.
remember bikes. My bikes were all second-hand and
Mine were.
barely
So
cobbled
you might have
together.
had a chariot, didn't you?
No, I had a
Chariot.
BMX. I had a blue
Chariot.
BMX that my granddad had actually repaired and fixed. And my granddad died just a couple of years ago. And one of my favourite pictures is me and my granddad, and I'm stood with me BMX. And it was one that he'd like fixed up leading up to Christmas. So it was from me mum and dad on Christmas Day. They bought it and he fixed it up, and I adored that bike. I adored it.
I
So
think
that
mine
picture
was
is really
Christmas.
special.
I think mine was Christmas, and mine was second-hand. It was a rally burner. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a rally burner, but I'm a bit older than you guys, and I had a chopper. Now,
I had
wow.
a budgie. Is it a budgie?
the budgie was the junior version
the
of
smaller
the
one.
chopper. Yeah,
Aye.
yeah.
I had a rally Wildcat that looked like Street Hawk.
Oh, I know the one you mean. My brother had that. Yeah, that was a cool
I
bike.
remember them.
Buy one. This
I,
is
do,
like
I remember a bike that my brother had though, and only because the chain you could pedal forward and backwards, it didn't freewheel, and the tires were made out of hard plastic. That's why I always remember that bike. It's like something
This
get the Flintstones.
I'm getting a bit worried about Alex. How you dressed it, Martin?
Yeah.
And then look at Ali. Ali's a proper perv, mate. Martin, tell us. Like,
Yeah.
but then look, talking about Martin, look at this one. That's the Hobby Lodge.
Can
Is
I
that
just say, how much does his
Piranha?
kid look like him?
Yeah,
It's
he's
ridiculous, isn't it?
Like, when
All
you
I'm
look
looking
at-
at is I want that TV.
If you look at that
Yeah.
picture there, that is Martin's youngest. They're almost
It is.
spitting image. Like,
Does Martin or Martin or Chef have the hairiest back? I haven't got. What are you fucking like? I'm not bareback. I mean, was a common about you could practice your finger technique. Oh, it was the name. Oh, Pedro's ear. So we're going to get some sort of sexual and Rally Burner Yellow and Blue Spokes.
There was one of them though.
my rally burner was red with yellow tyres. It was pretty smart. And that was back then. I got that. It was second hand, and I think my parents got it for like 40 quid. I mean, you know, you couldn't get anything for that money these days.
The problem is with the grifter. Tetley's just put he had a blue grifter. My sister got a grifter. They were so heavy.
Yeah,
She could barely pick it up if she put it on the ground. They were like solid.
Do you know what I used to love doing as a kid? I used to love with my mates turning your bike upside down on its seat.
Yeah.
And then like just doing that with the you're checking, like you fucking know what you're doing. Like I'm listening to the ball bearings. If everything's you fucking.
Did anyone used to like clip a playing card on the back wheel so it sounded like
I've seen people do
like
it,
a motorbike?
Like
I remember the cornflake
Yeah.
things you used to put on, the little holographic cornflake things.
Remember Spooky Dorkies?
Spooky
yeah.
Dorkies.
Oh my
Yeah, you had to glow in the dark ones and all that. Yeah.
I used to have a dynamo on mine, and I used to have like
my cousin had one of them.
And
It's a
obviously, the
nightmare to
faster you go, the
pedal.
brighter it gets. But when you slow it down, the lights go out.
Yeah.
Do you remember those bikes that you used to get with the solid wheels that used to have like Pepsi and Cola on like that? But
mag
when
wheels.
the back wheel. But
Oh,
look,
yeah.
they were like little plastic things you put over the wheels, but it looked like those giant yo-yos that you used to get. It's the same sort of like old Coke pattern. What now, Lee?
Look at Ali. I thought I had laminate floor and Bill's Martin laying down on the floor. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Drugs.
That's
That's what it is. It's drugs.
Hard drugs. I had a mongoose. Now we're talking money. Diamondback and mongoose. Now
mongoose.
you are talking money, mate. Like now, if you've got that, all right, lads. Hello, Mark.
Carrera. I've got a Carrera actually.
Yeah,
at the
man.
moment. But mine's electric.
I can remember crying when I got that bike. My parents hid it under the stairs and pretended I didn't get anything for Christmas. They asked me to go to get the Hoover, and I found the
Hoover. Go get the Hoover.
Christmas morning, go get the Hoover, and you're not getting nothing.
Whoa, from Estonia with a name like Mark Smith. Bloody, how many passports you got? Hello, guys. Are you back yet, Alex? Or are you still tax dodging? Is that why
He's still here.
Fucking hell, mate.
What time is it in Australia right now? Or what day, should I
10
say?
o'clock in the morning or something?
What are they 24, 26 in front, behind? Well,
Lee, you can't be 26 in front, or you'd be 2 hours. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Listen, mate. Come on. Listen, you shot yourself in your ass. Don't fucking tell me anything.
Mark's
How can you be 26 hours in front? Come on, I'm just a number.
That means you're back to where you were, and then another 2 hours. You'd end up in fucking Germany or something.
Have you not seen Back to the Future? Grew up in an era where if I had a BMX, you got a slap. It was about the rally lizards. Right.
Well,
I remember really wanting the rally lizard. Never got it.
Pat. Well, good luck to you, bruv.
There's a comment there about mag wheels. Do you remember if you buckled them, you could stick them in a chest freezer and it straightened them? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate,
Yeah.
I remember the one.
Yeah, if you had one of them massive freezers, you could stick them in and it basically straightened the wheels.
501 tubing.
No, what's that?
He's
that
talking
some
about
sort
Martin
of,
getting dressed again.
Is that some sort of perv thing? 6:30 a.m.
I don't know, but Mark Smith has put he's an expat. That's why.
I just saw that. Fair play to him. Good luck to you, bro. He's got Fox McCloud. He's his little picky. Right, we are at 10 o'clock, and that is the golden hour that Lee and the other, not this Lee, me needs to go and get some shot eye because these looks need to have some sleep. All right. Now, originally from Latin. Now we're talking, bruv. Essex in the house. Fair play to you, bruv. Fair play, bruv. It's all got my sister's rally. Liz are trying to fix the back.
So the big question is though, Is it going to be another like 4 or 5 months before we do another stream, or we're
No.
going to do another one next month?
Where are we
Because
now?
I've enjoyed
Thank
this.
you.
We need to do it next month, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
so what we do, we'll finish up. So basically, we will we'll talk between us, work out a date, work out where it's going to be on. Because obviously in May, got some busy things in May. Got my birthday in May, which is like it's now going to be an
Are we all
honorary
getting
day.
an invite to your house then for your birthday?
Mate,
Lee?
you can come to my house anytime you want.
We'll be there.
Anytime you want.
It
Just
sounds
let me,
good. Have I got an invite?
of course, just let me
Yes,
know.
mate. Let's
Let
do
me
this.
know, because what I'll do is I'll
Let's all
make
go
sure I'm
walk
not
around
in.
in Essex.
You got to get to
Black suits, white shirt on.
You've got to
Tell
put the
me
collar up, haven't you?
Yeah, got to.
All those
You
are
know
white
me,
folks.
boys. Come on, boys. You know me. And you got to have a dump valve on your car. All right, you know that now, Paul.
Cool, mate. That's a bit out of date now, isn't it?
How dare you? Fast and Furious 10's coming out this year. That's still in.
Oh
still
yeah,
in-
yeah, and of course, Fast and Furious is the pinnacle of everything that's realistic, isn't it? You know, like when they send up Pontiac Ferreras into space. I mean, come on.
Can I just before we go? I watched Fast and Furious 9. the other day.
Just one more thing.
One more thing. I watched Fast and Furious 9, and my daughter, and then like Vin Diesel was flying through the air, catching someone or doing. My daughter Sammy goes, "Daddy, is this an Avengers movie?" And I was just like, "No, it's not an Avengers movie."
Like,
She was like,
policeman.
"Oh, it's very similar. Very. What we got? In a Ralph shirt to go Essex. Listen, Hobby Lodge knows, bruv. He knows about that. This is a Ralph Retro 5 shirt, don't you know? Pete is in the house. Best invite me, Pedro. Yes, we will do something. I will cook for everyone because I'm not bad at cooking. I mean, I've been doing it like 25 years, so you know.
Do we get the skull custard and the?
You do now.
The
You do
dinner
now.
lady now.
You do now, boys. Right, Paul. You got anything coming up that you want to quickly talk about before we say night?
Yeah, just next video I've been working on is me Amiga Top 100. So that's coming along nicely. Just need to get a little bit more footage, do a few more transitions and whatever, and yeah, be releasing that. So that's what I've been doing. Apart from that, now I think me and Lee are going to do another no late fee stream. So we need to
Nice.
talk about that, mate, and
Yeah, we need to
figure out what we're
sort
going to do.
Nice.
So yeah, we need to get that sorted. And I was thinking about maybe doing a wind down Friday. But we'll see how it goes because my wife's away this weekend. She's away on a weekend in London. So, although I have just getting a PS5 today, so I was maybe going
Just
to
go play that.
He's like weighing it up.
I don't know
Which one?
You've went and got that for Resident Evil 4, ain't you, Paul?
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah. To be fair, when I put the PlayStation, when I put it on the TV there, it picked up me PS4 on the same network, and it transferred across all my Resident. I can choose, and all my Resident Evil games that I've bought from the store. They were the only ones I've transferred.
Are you going to get the new PlayStation VR?
Eventually, I hope so. Yes, but at the minute they cost like 500-600 quid. So maybe a couple
you
years.
can't play the original VR games on, can you?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I heard you.
Oh
could.
yeah. No. You just need a cable. It's 15 quid from. I think you can get them on eBay or whatever. But the 15 quid. And once you've got that, you can play. You can use the PSVR, the original one.
I know you can do that, but you can't play the original PSVR games on the VR2.
Oh no, that I don't know. Yeah,
No,
maybe
can't.
not.
I think
That'd
that's
be a
mad.
shame. Yeah, that's a bit silly. They might change that though. I mean, they can always update.
No, it's the same with the Oculus Quest though. The Oculus Quest, when the new one comes out, the new games won't let you play the old games. You have to buy them again. It's how they get you.
Naughty.
What about you, Si? Thank you, Lee.
Me, I have got more pigeon crap to clean off expensive retro stuff. I've got the Nintendo's 12-cart demo unit to do next, and that will also be going to do a video with Rob the Robot and some other things on another channel, so keep an eye out for that. Should be fun. And apart from that, nothing. Just those normal videos. I need to get back to doing a couple of just gameplay videos. I've not done any of them for a while. So
we want back bongos on something. Me and Lee are going to start
Bongos on
competition.
something.
Bongos on, I don't know.
Frogger.
Yes.
Metal Gear Solid.
You know, I did really try and play the bongos on Mario Kart, and it all worked apart from one button which was needed. It didn't work.
Was that the accelerator?
Yes, it was. So
That's interesting.
it's the same as when I tried to play. I can't remember what driving game it was with a guitar. Everything worked apart from it wouldn't steer right.
What was the one you played where you had to use the GameCube as the controller? You had to. turn
That was with the Game Boy adapter and the Kirby Rock and Roll game, I think it's called, because the Kirby game's got like a motion sensor in it. So picking up the whole GameCube and moved around, and yeah, do you know what? As fun as those videos were, I might get back to them one day. Who knows?
Didn't you do one that was a skateboarding game with that as well, though? You did, didn't you?
Tony Hawk's with the steering wheel.
That's the one. Yeah, that was funny as hell. That one, that was good. You need to do that again. Maybe do it as a live stream.
Really good. Doom is very playable with a steering wheel. If you've not done it, give that a go.
Well, thank you, Si,
Yeah.
for the
So normal stuff.
normal
For me.
content.
Normal's boring.
Scott,
Well, today I've been busy filming actually, so I've got a Spectrum Spectacular video that I'm just finishing up. That's going to be going out some point this week, and I've really enjoyed doing that nostalgic 10 for the NES. So I'm going to continue that series, and I'm going to do a nostalgic. I'm going to do a nostalgic 10 for every system I've got.
oh, fantastic!
But yeah, as long as I own the games, do you know what I mean? To me, it's important to own those games, show those games, and you know, I really enjoyed doing that NES one. So I think I'm going to continue that across the other systems as well. But a Spectrum Spectacular this week, guys, definitely.
Nice. Thank you. Bit more Realm. Any more Realm happening?
Oh, there'll be Realm. What I try and do is not flood it and have too many. I try and do a Realm update every 2 weeks. So
nice.
Just put one out, so there'll be another one out in a week or two's time.
Nice.
I'm loving Alex's comment there. It's good night from me and it's good night from him. 2 Ronnies, classic.
Yeah.
No, 4 candles. 4 candles. No handles for forks.
You can't beat that stuff. Lee, what about you, mate? What you got coming?
So, I've got some collectibles that I need to do on the collectibles channel, so I'm hoping to get some of that done.
Nice.
Nearly forgot. I had a pretty big pickup in January.
Yes.
But then I ended up in hospital, so I never actually got to do it. And
is that the one you're going to sell me once you show me?
No, I'm not selling it.
Right.
No PS2 controllers.
Right.
Sorry. Just to make you all aware, guys, like Chef hasn't got one of these, and he's been hassling me ever since I got it. So I need to do that. And also, I want to get the micros set up because, you know, now I'm able to get around. I need to play some homebrew and some micro stuff. Like I got the Amstrad and then I got the Spectrum off of Scott and I barely used them. So yeah. And now, luckily this week, boys back at school, missus is at work, so I can actually do this. They've been home for the last 2 weeks. So yeah. So that's what next month there'll be a Micromaniacs, but I don't know a date yet. So
cool. And then you might be having a stream with Paul.
We need to look into that and work out what we're going to do on that one because, well, there's plenty of things we could do, but
we'll have a chat about it.
Yeah,
talk about the new Indiana Jones.
No, because it's not out yet. I want to do that once it's out because then I can tear it to pieces because I know it's going to be crap.
Was you going to say tear the dick off it then?
Well, either one, either one works.
Thank you. So I've got a video going up tomorrow, 5 p.m.
I was going to say
car boot pickups vids.
I've got that one ready.
Hey, we're going for the big time here. Patreon next. I mean,
hey, you got any merch?
Plenty of merch, mate. Plenty of merch. No, so 5 o'clock tomorrow. It's a video, not a premiere, just a straight video car boot vid. Last 2 weekends we've had a bit shit weather, but I managed to get some stuff from the booters, so that'll be up tomorrow. And then we will post soon when we will get the next vid up. Really enjoyed tonight, guys, and enjoyed the content, enjoyed the laughter. I mean, if only Si will stop fucking talking, I'm telling you, it's really getting on my tits. No, of all seriousness, it's been really good tonight. We've opened up. We've seen some stuff. We've seen Martin and Alex as some sort of I don't know if I can say what I want to say now because you know get in
Love
trouble.
affair, yeah.
I mean, Martin, I thought Ali had eyes to me. Yeah, Brokeback Mountain too.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're all going. We're gonna wave, and then I'm gonna play the outro intro, and we'll see you all again soon.
Bye.